right, welcome. We are about to kick off from Buffalo. It is about as bad of a situation as the 49ers have really found themselves in all year, and we all know that this year has not been smooth at all. Welcome. It is great to have you here. My name's Damon. Unfortunately, I'm a little under the weather tonight. I don't know where I picked it up, but I got a nasty little head cold. I'm sorry if you can hear it. I'm sorry if it's going to sound bad tonight, but we're going to try to get through this one together. We're going to see if the 49ers, who are coming in to the worst conditions that they're going to play in basically all year, with no Trent Williams, with no Aaron Banks, with no Nick Bosa, with no Diamador Lenore. It doesn't sound like the 49ers have much of a chance tonight. As a matter of fact, the entire United States seems to be on the Buffalo Bills, which, again, fading the public is a really good idea. So maybe that's the best chance the 49ers have tonight. Everyone is convinced they can't win this game. And honestly, I'm sitting here trying to come up with reasons why they might be able to. I really can't find many. Brock Purdy is playing. Josh Dobbs has been elevated to QB2. What that means for a run attack tonight, I do not know. Again, what is the run attack that you're supposed to think is going to carry this evening with both Trent Williams and Aaron Banks out? I'm really not sure about that. I've also said this past week, it really feels like the way that the 49ers defense is just performing lately. And again, no Nick Bosa, no Elliott, no Lenore tonight. It feels like the Buffalo Bills could run QB draw 50 times tonight and maybe have a chance to win this game. You know, if you see QB draw 30 times in a row, you're pretty much convinced they're not going to run it 31 times in a row. But if the Bills just kept on doing it, QB draw, just Josh Allen in your face all night long, I think it could be a path to victory. Not expecting a lot from the 49ers. As a matter of fact, what I do expect is for them to end this evening in last place, sole possession of last place in the NFC West. The Cardinals lost today, but the Rams and the Seahawks have gone on to win. So it's a sticky situation, to say the least, for the San Francisco 49ers here in Buffalo tonight against the Bills team that has scored 30 or more, 5 consecutive games or whatever it is. This is a tough team to beat in Buffalo in conditions like this. Even if everything is going right for you, and no one is looking at the 49ers right now saying everything is going right for them. It is really good to have you here, though. Thank you so much. Hit like and subscribe. Don't be shy about hitting like, because it's going to push the video into the algorithm. And I'll tell you, the algorithm has picked up a few videos that we've done. And in the last month of November, I want to say thank you very much. For the first time since we've been doing YouTube, we've had 1 million views in 1 month alone. In the last 30 days, we have eclipsed 1 million views. I thank you so very much. And I want to say, really from the bottom of my heart, it was very happy Thanksgiving knowing that was going to happen. I hope all of you had a great Thanksgiving. And if you are sick and tired of leftovers, folks, it's officially time for you to order your Ike's sandwiches. Let me tell you, I want you to sign up for that Ike's Love Rewards app, because when you do, you get a free sandwich. And I'm telling you, if you are watching somewhere and you don't have an Ike's around you, I am terribly sorry, because the best sandwiches in the world, look at me, I'm a sandwich. That's me in sandwich form. I got more rings than Shanahan does. Those onion rings are delicious. I didn't say I was good for you at 1,430 calories, but you're going to like me. Trust me. So hit like, hit subscribe. Make sure you start ordering from Ike's the second that you can. Hopefully you got one opening near you soon. The Dubliner in West Portal has been an awesome sponsor here on the Plus. We thank them so very much. I don't know where you're watching this one tonight, but if you're not at home, I hope you're at the Dubliner West Portal with a whole bunch of other 49er fans watching this one tonight. And as always, we want to say thank you very much to BetUS, who is offering 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit when you use promo code YouTube150. And this just feels like Bills in a waltz tonight. Bills in a waltz. So let's see how it all ends up shaking out. for the San Francisco 49ers. Again, it is great to have you here. Thank you so much. We're already saying thank you for the super chats. First man in tonight is Drew. First super chat tonight towards the bottle pull. Again, we get 50 supers in the next couple of hours. Even though I got a head cold, we'll do a bottle pull for you. 49ers need to run and play that type of physical D. How about my Hoosiers? Come on. Did you want a 66-0 win over Purdue? I hope you did. It was a 68, whatever it was. It was a mollywop into the first degree. Guess who's going to be in the playoffs, everybody? The Indiana Hoosiers. I think that was going off at 22,000 to 1 before the year even started. So, I mean, unbelievable. At least my Saturdays have been fulfilling because these Sundays have not. We are about to kick. They brought out Doug Flutie for this one, and he's wearing the Zumba sleeves. That's Bills by 20 right there. You got Doug Flutie in the Zumba sleeves. That's not good. If you're a 49er fan and you went to this game in Buffalo tonight, you deserve to get a free game of your choosing next year at Levi Stadium. This is not a road trip that a lot of people circle. Oh, yeah, take me to upstate New York. Take me to Buffalo on December 1st, but that is where we are. So I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We're about to kick off from Highmark Stadium. We got players on the field. We've already got a ball blowing off the tee, so Jake Moody, have fun with that. Who gets to hold the ball on the tee if it can't happen anymore and you have to have all those guys 20 yards further up? I don't care anymore. This new kickoff rule is stupid. We're about to kick off, and if you want to sync your TV with this live stream, we are kicking off now. Right now, that ball is in the air, and we are underway on Sunday Night Football. Again, welcome to the watch party. It's great to have you here. 49ers special teams in one special teams play have yet to give the entire game away. So, good start. Good start. I see an awful lot of familiar names in here. I see an awful lot of new names in here. Again, it's great to have you in here. Thank you very much. I'm going to try to make it through this entire game. I feel like 50 cents. I really do. Terrible head cold. Frickin' the holidays are here. Somebody in this house is sick. It's official. Little screen right away to Josh Allen. The Bills run an awful lot of screens. I saw an article this past weekend that the 49ers run the fewest screens in football this year. Why? When you got no separation downfield from a receiver core that's just been a disappointment all year long, why not try it out? We'll see how many Christian McCaffrey carries he's in store for tonight, how much Garendo and Mason are actually used in this game tonight. But Buffalo opens with the ball here. 2nd and 10. I'll try to help you sync up a little. 14, 14, 13, 12, 11, 14, 10. So hopefully that helps you sync up a little bit here. Troy wants everyone to bang that under. Hey, if you're going to do it, use Bet US. Thank you very much, Troy. This one could be a hard scoring night all the way around. Who's going to play better defense? It's hard to assume that the 49ers are going to play a better level of defense than we've really seen them play at any point in time this year. But here it is, first third down of the game. The 49ers would like to start this game with a 3 and out. And we got ourselves a false start. That looks like Dawson Knox jumped off sides over there. Yep, false start. Alex Kemp, he's in full sleeves. There will be no officials tonight trying to show you any gun show. If you are sleeveless in this game, you are all that is man. Most Buffalo Bills are sleeveless. I like how Josh Allen's like, yeah, you're all nuts, though. I'm going to put some sleeves on. I am from upstate New York. These people up there are insane. This is home cooking weather for Buffalo Bills fans. There's going to be snowballs pounding 49ers sidelines tonight. You can guarantee it. That's going to come up short on 3rd and 13. And so it looks like the 49ers are getting off the field here. So can't ask for a much better start than that. For a 49ers defense that, again, today is going to be without Deommodore Lenoir and going to be without Nick Bosa for this entire game. Who knows when we're going to see Nick Bosa again? This hip injury doesn't look like it's a good one for him for sure. So we got Troy screaming, bet the under. We've got that. I think everyone's on the under, right? Sync up nicely. There you go. Thank you very much. Gary saying feel better soon, bro. Thank you very much, Gary. We're going to slog through it. We're going to play hurt. Hey, no Ronnie Bell to screw things up, right? Jacob Cowing actually fields a punt and runs forward. For one of the first times all year, I'm going to go ahead and even classify that as a successful punt return. Let's see what Brock Purdy looks like. After missing last week, he is back in the mix this week again. Ben Barch is starting for you at left guard tonight. That ain't good. Trent Williams out with an ankle. Oh, by the way, if Fred Warner's broken ankle showing up on an injury report, because I haven't seen that all year, one of the 49ers is going to get fined thousands of dollars for that. Kim saying, I'm cold just already looking at this. Yeah, there's a reason why I get out of upstate New York, and that's to avoid days and nights like this. All right. Hey, diddle diddle. Pass complete to Kittle. And thank you very much, Dr. No, let's just call you Dr. G. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very, very much. Oh, by the way, you were asking an awful lot over the last year. When's the merch coming? The merch is up. The merch is in. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on X. I think we're even linked up on Instagram. So if you're thinking of holiday shopping, you want to pick up a Blues t-shirt, we got a mug out there for you, long sleeve shirt. I see so many have already gone ahead, help support this channel by becoming members, by picking up some merch. We got some early merch adapters. Thank you very, very much. So really appreciate that. And again, let all your holiday shopping be done on my YouTube channel. We'll pay the mortgage. Everything will be great. So Niners looking at their first third down of the game. It's a 3rd and 1. The snow is coming down decidedly heavier right now than it was at the beginning of this game. And this game has just begun. So there's going to be some serious accumulation out on that field tonight. They're going to be looking at a good couple of inches before the end of this game. And there's only so much a plow can do, at halftime to sort of clear up the field here. So this is going to be treacherous. The best chance that the 49ers have this evening is Christian McCaffrey turns back into himself. They have a nearly 200-yard rushing night on the ground, which is hard to assume will happen given that it's been a rough year. Although McCaffrey rumbling down to inside the 30-yard line, one of the best runs of the season from Christian McCaffrey right there. And the 49ers have come out with a little chutzpah. And they ran that left side, by the way. So, where Trent and Banks are not is where McCaffrey just had some good some good production. That was a good run. Take a little sip of water for that run. Hold on, I got to remember to put up my good friends at BetUS who are powering this live stream along with our good friend Ikes, along with our friends at the Dubliner. And let's see if our friends, the San Francisco 49ers, can't get something going here. Oh, Jordan Mason. An early carry for Jordan Mason, and what do you know? He picks up more than 5 yards, which is what he usually does when he touches the ball. Good to see an early touch for Jordan Mason. That might suggest that Kyle knows he's going to ask his running backs for 40 carries tonight. Up the middle, McCaffrey, couple of yards. But this is a good opening drive. Very good opening drive. I would tell the 49ers right now that there is no reason at all to line up for a single field goal in this game this evening. This game is about touchdowns. If I were them, if I were Kyle, knowing that your season is slipping through your fingers really quickly, there's no reason, not at all, to err on the side of uber aggressive all game long. 2nd and 9. Purdy, little swing out to McCaffrey behind the line of scrimmage. He doesn't go far, but it's a productive play, setting up, I'm going to say, 3rd and 7. 8:20 on the clock. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 8, 10 on the clock, trying to help you sync up. We've already got 160-ish people in the room, and not even half of those have liked what you're watching right now. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. It's going to make this algorithm happen, baby. 3rd and 7 for the Niners. Looks like they're at about their own 14-yard line. Way behind McCaffrey. That pass was not on the money from Brock, and so it is 4th and 7. Purdy goes walking to the sideline, and it will be an early field goal attempt here from Jake Moody. You know, I know that I just said don't kick field goals tonight, but I guess to open the scoring, you're just looking to get points on your drive. That was a miscommunication between Purdy and McCaffrey. No doubt about that. That was no one was cloaked in glory on that one. 33-yarder for Jake Moody. It's been a good weekend for Michigan guys, and that Michigan guy puts one in and up and through. 49ers lead 3-0. There it is, just like that. 49ers leading this game. If you got them at 6.5, 7 points, it's a 10-0 Niner lead if you're in the gambling space right now. So there we are. We're officially underway. 49ers. Decent. Chef A dropping a sigh. I know. Look, I don't want to see field goals tonight either. But that's where you that's where you probably open up and you just take the points on your opening drive. Nothing wrong with scoring first. Could have used Mason to get it in 4th and manageable. Kevin, I hope we see more Mason than we had the last few weeks. Chef A, by the way, nice T-shirt. Chef A, the T-shirt that you gave me over what was that, Thanksgiving or whatever. Chef A dropped an IU T-shirt on me. I've been wearing that thing. I haven't worn it on any shows yet. I've been wearing that on game day. Wore that one against Purdue, baby. So your shirt has already got a decent degree of good luck to it, Chef A. Thank you very much. Kim is saying that, so is it the snow that lit a fire under their asses? I just think that pride comes into play here. Not that the 49ers have had a prideless season, but they're a lot better than they've represented themselves to be. There's just no doubt about that. So I think you got a combination of embarrassed football team, angry football team, desperate football team with a whiff of, what else you got to lose. So if you're going to leave it on the field, you might as well leave it on the field tonight, because you lose again tonight. There aren't a lot of games that really, really matter in the grand scheme of things to be left. I'll tell you, the Chicago Bears are going to be coming into Levi Stadium next week with a little bounce in their step. They got rid of Matt Eberflus. They're going to try to show out and show up for their new interim head coach. So beware the Bears coming to Levi's next weekend. Probably a little bit more of a headache than anyone planned on. Ten Devils 33. Damn, this is fun. Thanks for hanging with me. No. Thank you for hanging with me. We really appreciate that, 10 Devils. I saw you before the show started. You asked me about what I thought of Ohio State and Michigan getting into an on-field brawl for a planted flag in the middle of the shoe. Michigan came out and tried to plant an M. And all I can tell you is that post-game toughness has never impressed me. You had 60 minutes to be a tough guy. 60 minutes to be a tough guy. and now you're tough that the game is over. Like that to me is just candy ass, absolute candy ass. Here's the thing. You lose a game at home like that to a near 3-touchdown underdog, you deserve to have a flag planted on you. You really do. There's no love on these Big Ten streets. No love at all. By the way, Renardo Green was the last to introduce himself there. Big night for Renardo Green tonight. He is going to be tested. He needs to pass the test well. It's good to have Javarius Ward back out there after the tragedy that he and his wife went through. Good to see him playing again. 49ers are going to need every bit of available defensive bodies to have a good game tonight. I'm so happy. We looked actually good, guys. There you go, Garrett. Well, again, Brock Purdy coming back out there should have the Niners offense looking a little bit more like they did last week with Brandon Allen. And by the way, no Brandon Allen is your backup quarterback in this game. Josh Dobbs got elevated. A whiff by Malik Collins on Josh Allen, looked to bring him down in the backfield. Incomplete pass downfield. 3rd and 9. So we'll see if the 49ers can get the ball back right here. A slow start for Buffalo is, what the doctor ordered if the Niners got upset really in their mind. Getting the crowd out of this game early is going to make that stadium operate a lot different than having them fired up and throwing snowballs at you. So, we're at 6:50 here in the first quarter. This is already a really big play, this 3rd and 9. Let's see what Josh Allen does. He has all kinds of time. He could have ordered a pizza from that pocket, and it looks like Renardo Green has picked up a pass interference. I think that is going to be pass interference unless a surprise announcement comes up here. Illegal contact. Automatic first down. So somebody let 10 Devils know. There's a lot of women in here. Chef A, a man amongst women, if there ever was one. No, this is you are not alone in here, 10 Devils. Not even close. See, there are a few of us in here. Kim letting everyone know. Like I always said, Damon Bruce YouTube channel, a gathering place for lady fans. We all knew it was going to happen that way, didn't we? All right, so that is a first down by penalty for Buffalo. And let's see if the 49ers can go ahead and step back on them here. Six 16, 6-15, 6-14, 6-13, 6-12, 6-11, 6-10. Trying to help you sync up whatever you're watching with this live stream. Second and 2. Leonard Floyd gets in on a tackle. 49ers D-line stiffened up a little bit right there. It's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd and short. Make sure I got some box score going on here. Third and 1 becomes 1st and 10, just like that. Little tush push. Josh Allen, dude's a house. Doesn't need any hands on his fanny to pick up that first down. Thank you very much, James Cook. It's one of the developments of football 2023, 2024. Used to be the quarterback had his hands all up his center's ass. Now everybody's in shotgun, so you're not getting much hands up the ass anymore. And you've got more running backs with their hands all over the asses of quarterbacks doing, push forward QB sneaks, Philadelphia Eagles style. Allen with a little, I won't call that a tight end screen, but the tight end looked like he set up the block and then he popped late in the pattern. So the Bills are now over midfield. They're inside their own 40 here. And James Cook gets buried in the backfield. Devondre Campbell, who has been, awful this year. Nice play right there, Devondre Campbell. He has been playing better in the last couple of weeks. There was really nowhere to go but up for Devondre Campbell. Fred Warner, sleeveless, all that is man. 2nd and 14 now. Keeping the Buffalo Bills off schedule is the only way the 49ers are winning this one tonight. Completed pass in the middle. James Foster. Cowing is a good punt returner. Easy, James. Easy. Let's not attach the word good to a single element of any aspect of special teams until it's actually earned week in, week out. Successful special teams moment, successful teams moment in and out. One decent punt return does not a good punt returner make. But yeah, that was better than a catastrophe. QB draw, first one of the night. We're going to see several of them from Josh Allen. That is enough to pick up the first down. Again, I really believe that Josh Allen could run QB draw every play this game, and the Bills have a good chance to win it. That's how difficult of a year it's been up front for the 49ers defense. There you go. My man. Got a girl crush on 54, as many of you do. Yeah, Fred Warner is very special. Very, very special player. Ooh, big hit. Big hit on Cook. Malik Mustafa is usually the cat on the other end of that woo hit that you see in Niners games now, and he was on the other end of this one too. Malik Mustafa came up and hit James Cook like he got shot out of a cannon. That was outstanding. And by the way, we got over 200 watching right now. Like, subscribe, trying to get 49 more super chats. Again, they don't need to be big money super chats. A little something for the cause, for the effort, for the ganja jar. Always definitely appreciated. These kids need Christmas gifts. First quarter going quickly. I'll try not to talk about how quickly this game is moving, because whenever I do, nothing slows a football game down faster than that. But the NFL's no dummy. They know that even this captive audience inside Highmark Stadium, they can be from upstate New York. Nobody wants to be out in this a second longer than they really have to be. 3rd and 1. Ball inside the 20. Big run up the middle. Up the middle. It's been a problem. The 49ers run defense all season long. Just giving plays up the middle. Happens way too often. SF Indigo says Mustafa is a Tomahawk missile. Look, I'm afraid this season is pretty much going to dwindle into the find the bright spots. Malik Mustafa has already been identified as one of the bright spots of this year, no matter which direction this year goes in for the Niners. And obviously Dominic Pooney, who didn't have a great game in Green Bay, is, chief among the bright spots. They're throwing snow in Buffalo, and Ray Davis takes it around right side for a touchdown. That was a 12-play, 70-yard methodical drive that took 7 minutes and 38 seconds off the clock for the Buffalo Bills, who with a point after touchdown will be enjoying a 7-3 lead on the 49ers. Dive to the corner of the end zone. Charvarius Ward, not the best angle. Probably going to take Charvarius a game or two to play himself back into midseason form. He has missed the last 3 weeks, month. To be with his wife after the most tragic thing a human being can live through, the death of their own child. So to say that we have grace for Charvarius Ward is probably the biggest understatement of the entire NFL season. When guys play poorly and take bad angles, we'll shake our fist at them from time to time, but not Charvarius Ward, not at this time. Jesse F. coming through. Just tucking a couple bucks in the G-string. Thank you very much, Jesse. I appreciate that. 510 Steve says it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas and mock draft time. A little too early for mock drafts, right? Like, we got to get at least past, New Year's Eve before we start cranking out mock drafts. Although Larry Krueger probably right now is a 4-round mock draft ready to go. It's been the story of the year, Gabriel. Just cannot get off the field on third down. Bills are going to show Kyle Shanahan how to call plays in the red zone. Jared, they just did. Certainly just did. It has been a slog for the 49ers. A slog in the red zone all year long. That ball's coming out of the end zone. Debo takes it out. Don't know about that. That, by the way, is the end of the first quarter. They just took a commercial break, so they're going to keep it with Tirico and Collinsworth for an Accenture in-game update. Pretty useless, let's be honest. Again, pardon me, my good friends. Little head cold came marching in. I could feel myself going downhill between the hours of 9 p.m. and midnight last night. I could just feel it. Feel the sinuses, feel the nose closing. Went to bed saying, how am I going to feel when I wake up tomorrow? The answer was like crap. Maybe a little nip. Maybe a little nip is what the doctor ordered. By the way, there's only been 2 supers so far, so this doesn't count as the official. You bought yourself a bottle pull. This one's for me. Aha! Just a little sip. Just a little sippy sip. I don't even think that qualified as a real pull, if we're being completely honest about it. As this game takes a break, allow me to take a break one more time and just thank everyone who is making this channel go right now, starting with you, the good viewer who just watched over 1 million videos in the last 30 days on my channel. I thank you very, very much. Thank you for your subscriptions. By the way, hit like and subscribe, please. Thank you very much to those of you who are members. You got a little Thanksgiving message from Sports Bane, I heard. Congratulations. And thanks indeed to our sponsors. As always, this live stream being powered by BetUS. And right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, you get 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 at BetUS. My man Ike, if you go ahead and sign up right now for the Love Rewards program to start getting sandwiches from him, What you also get, my good friends, is a chance to win a trip to New Orleans to go see a very large football game that'll be played at the Superdome in February. I don't think the 49ers are going to be there, but you might be able to be there if you go ahead and start signing up for that Ike's Love Rewards program. And our boys and gals at the Dubliner, we love you. The Dubliner West Portal, phenomenal bar. It's a neighborhood bar. It's an Irish bar. It's a sports bar. It's everything you need in a bar happening at the Dubliner West Portal. So, okay, second quarter is underway. Brock is snapping the ball right now. Boom. We are underway. Oh, little play action, but a check down to play action finds Christian McCaffrey. He's got a blocker set up from him, picks up a first down. Feels like the 49ers have essentially abandoned play action this year. You know, you tripping. Wow. A screen pass. Holy shit, right? Not bad. 510 Steve, there's a part of me that says, the snow should help keep the 49ers somewhat in this game. I've always been a believer that if you're playing a superior team, worse conditions might level the playing field a little bit. But we have reason and cause for concern when it comes to Brock Purdy with the slippery ball in his hand in a night game. We've seen that go wrong before. Hasn't happened yet in this game, which is good. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. But Buffalo thrives in bad weather. It's not like bad weather is catching one of these teams off guard. Buffalo lives for this shit. So, there's a reason why the Miami Dolphins don't win in these conditions. I will say this about the 49ers. The worst thing you can look as a football team is cold. No one looks actually cold out there, so they get credit for that. Brock has to roll out of trouble and roll himself out of bounds to avoid contact. 13, 20, 19, 18, 13, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 13, 12. Just trying to help you sync up. Nice to see that Mason was found. Yeah. Jordan Mason, 1 carry, 11 yards so far in this game. Let's not forget about him. But there is Christian McCaffrey, who honestly took off like a rocket on that handoff. That was some of the best running that we've seen out of McCaffrey since his return. There you go. Christian McCaffrey. By the way, Colton McKivitz with a really nice block. How many times have you said that all year long? Colton McKivitz, great block to get McCaffrey downfield. That was almost Christian McCaffrey's first touchdown of the year. He's already got snow accumulating on his eyebrows. Jordan Mason, in what looked to be a miscommunication in that backfield, just got buried for a 5-yard loss. Jordan Mason didn't even come forward when Brock handed him the ball. Joe Schmo says, how many on IR? Well, how many not playing tonight? I mean, no Banks, no Williams, no Bosa, no Lenore, few other guys too. So yeah, the 49ers are, again, as up against it as they've been in any game before it even kicked off in this one tonight. We'll see what they do. They've appointed themselves decently so far. And as I say that, Brock Purdy throws an interception deep downfield. He was pressured, looking for Jennings downfield. Well, there is a flag on the play, and that's the only shot the 49ers have to stay on the field after Brock just airmailed one. Illegal contact on the Bills. Damar Hamlin. Cheater. 49ers just found themselves off the turnover board. They were going to get there first tonight. There's a lot of contact. Looked like Bosa ran through him too. There you go. First break of the game goes the 49ers' way. A nullified interception on a defensive penalty. So it is 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 49ers flirting with the red zone. Christian McCaffrey just slipped down. It looks like he gave himself up. I think Christian McCaffrey's hurt. He comes immediately jogging off the sideline. Christian McCaffrey just gave himself up. He takes a handoff from Purdy. It's a little pitch back to McCaffrey. And yeah, McCaffrey just totally gave himself up. I don't know if he hurt his knee. I don't know if he popped a hammy or an Achilles or anything. I mean, the fact that he ran off the field means he didn't pop a hammy or an Achilles, but McCaffrey is straight to the blue tent. This is not good news. 2nd and 15. Another flag. We got a false start out here. Delay a game. Offense. Come on, Brock. Cannot have that. I know nobody likes to see Christian McCaffrey go limping off, but can't have delay of games. Drew, one way to look at it. Mason's going to get his carries now. Let's see. Let's see. Really too bad to see Christian McCaffrey just give himself up with zero contact right there. I would say that he had been running better in this game to this point in this game than he had run in any other game so far we've seen him. Little underneath to Debo on 2nd and 20. Doesn't go far, doesn't do much. 3rd and very long coming up for the Niners at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. Eddie just said Achilles just blew up. If that's what happened, how is he coming off that field? How is he coming off that field if it's an Achilles just getting up and jogging off? I don't think you jog off, just pop up like that if that were the torn Achilles. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I hope I'm right. If it is an Achilles, yeah, that's bad news. Bilateral Achilles tendonitis. What I see, Steph Curry's now got bilateral shoulder tendonitis. Damn, I mean, what's this bilateral shit? What's the pronouns of all these bilateral injuries? They, them, all suck. They really do. Brutal. Well, due to injuries, boys and girls, it is another Jake Moody field goal attempt. Looking to make it 7-6. Staying within shouting distance. Again, it's been a good weekend for Michigan, but Jake Moody slips and pushes that one to the left. And there is Jake Moody's missed field goal. No, there was no slip. There was nothing wrong with the spot, with the hold, with the snap, nothing. Moody just pushed it. That's not good. B-Star says he would have shanked that in warm weather. You might be right. You might be right. No bueno. No bueno. Otis Bird saying, hey, Justin Tucker missed some kicks today as well. Bad day for kickers. This is getting annoying with Moody. It really is. And I'll just say, of course, it's been a brutal, brutal day for Justin Tucker because he's on my fantasy team for the first time ever. I am the kiss of death. Broadcasters are saying it's not advised to try field goal. Broadcasters, weathermen, anyone who's been to Buffalo, yeah, probably not the night to be hammering in field goals. Again, that first one, I get it. Don't need the rest. Oh, hold on. Hi, Jack. Hi, Ozzy. You guys want to come in and say hello to everybody and happy Thanksgiving real quick? Hold on. The boys just got back from the playground and they want to say hello.
Hello. I brought you a beef burger.
That's all right. No burger for me, honey. Thank you very much. McCaffrey rolled his ankle. Someone's like, here's the guest interview of the year right here. Jack, did you have fun at the playground? Here's Jack. Here's Ozzy.
I don't even know who you're talking to.
We're talking to a whole bunch of people. We're talking to the internet, boys. There you are. There you go. Try not to poke each other's eyes out, fellas. All right, guys. I got work to do. Good seeing you. Welcome home.
Love you. Go Niners.
Love you. Go Niners. There they are. Those are the Nudniks right there. Yeah, show this clip to the kids in about 4 and 14 years. Bazzy Mian says, I think your boys run a better defense than Nick Sorensen. Kim dropping the too cute. Don't encourage him, Kim. Don't encourage him. And by the way, Joe Young, thank you very much. There's a super right there from Joe. That drive epitomized the 2024 49ers. So is it a rolled ankle for McCaffrey? Is that officially what it is? Okay. I can live with a rolled ankle more than I can a torn Achilles. By the way, while I was pushing, what the fuck just happened? What happened? Bomb touchdown? No, hand off to Cook, and Cook just goes. I was dealing in the aftermath of the kids. He just blows the doors off of D. Winter, Malik Mustafa, James Cook shot out of a cannon. And the Niners are now in an awful lot of trouble. Awful lot of trouble. It is an 11-point lead for Buffalo, now up 14-3 as the 49ers are settling for and missing field goals. 2 touchdowns already from the Buffalo Bills. Loner Incognito says they must be a handful. You don't even know. They are very much a handful. And I'm going to tell you, along with me feeling like crap and this game not doing an awful lot right now, I don't know how long of a show this is going to be tonight because Jillian is actually taken off for a week work trip, which means tonight is my last night with my wife and kids for a week. And if this game gets totally out of hand, I mean, it's probably more important I be a dad than a therapist for you here on YouTube. Although you have told me how much the therapy means to you, and I do appreciate that. We're approaching 400 people in the room. That means we should have about 400 likes right now. Nope, not even at 200. So lean in, give me a thumbs up, and that's how this starts officially going. Philip saying, it's now officially the end of the season. It's a funeral party. Chef A saying hello. Chris Leclerc saying goodbye. He's out. I get it. Jackie D says, that's game. Yeah, that could be it. Chef A dropping a high Aussie. Man, that was way too easy. Way too easy. And Nelson, Daddy Damon, who'd have thought? Tell me about it, Nelson. It's just, it's amazing. I know. Kids are more entertaining than the game. I mean, yeah, they've done more to make noise than the 49ers have so far in Buffalo. Some professional analysis here from Diego J&D. This is really not good now. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Catch up here with this MKG. This is going to end in tears. Oh man, it's not good. Not good. This was probably going to this had tears written all over it. So here's what you can do to help fight those tears. Go ahead, hit like and subscribe. That'll hopefully get you through it. Current chat summary. Viewers are expressing frustration and disappointment with the 49ers. Yes, AI, that is what's happening. Thank you very much. That is the chat summary right now. All right. So Bills are really tough to beat at home. We kind of knew that. Look at Doug Flutie going full Vanna White on the information. MKG, thanks very, very much. Hey, Jordan Mason is here to keep playing football tonight. Big run by Jordan Mason, his biggest of the night, a 28-yard run. That was enough for me to officially add a little game cast. Jordan Mason, good to see you. I wonder if the 49ers would have won a few games in the last few weeks had you been, Kyle, remembered that you were on the team and you were just leading the NFL in rushing this year. Jordan Mason again picks up about 4 up the middle. All right, all right. We got Jason dropping super stickers. Thank you, Jason. What is that? That's like a it's a weird looking bird blowing kisses. I don't even know what that means, but thank you. I really do appreciate you watching, you supporting with the super chat sticker. Here's Debo doing not a lot. 3rd down. Hey, Debo's got a couple catches, which means he's got more catches this week than he did last week. They're showing this McCaffrey. Trying to hear, is Tarico talking about what's wrong with McCaffrey? Is he giving information that I can't hear? Yeah, lock in. And Nate, it's run the ball. Do not stop. CMC official, knee injury. Thank you, Marcos. Jordan Mason picks up the 1st down, though. Oh, no. And like that, he's gone. Wonder Boy. Oh, no. Two catches and about as many yards for Debo. It's not been a good season. Is that Garendo now in this game? Isaac Garendo in the game. Debo was in the backfield on that play too. A little fake handoff, a little cross buck. Garendo doesn't go far. B-Star says, giving CMC an extension was horrible. Look, I mean, he was the reigning offensive player of the year. I know why they did it. You do too. The injury is what's horrible. Hey, Kyle finally used Garendo. Yes, Adrian, we saw that. That happened. Now Brock's got an empty backfield. He's throwing on 2nd and 10. He's got dudes out in the pattern. But he's got to tuck it, and he's pulled down from behind. Not an awful lot of pocket there for Brock to be operating in. Snow is starting to come down sideways. Colton McKivitz. I mean, that was, it was McKivitz's guy who came back around and hooked Brock, but that wasn't a bad rep by McKivitz, really. Brock's running for his life, and he was brought down from behind. He's sacked. Uh-oh. 4th down. Not good. Damian Lewis says Arizona's, is it Skater Boo? Is it Skater Bo or Skater Boo? I think it's Skater Boo being the next CMC. I don't know about that. The kid at Boise State's got a shot being that. Fred Warner out for cramps. Well, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. And I apologize. Neither do I. I don't sound good. Bad head cold. It's living. It's growing. It's thriving. Doing everything I can to fight it off. But it's real. It's real and it's spectacular. By the way, when it comes to real and spectacular, that's what my sponsors are. Starting with my man Ike. My man Ike is serving up delicious sandwiches at over 100 locations. If there isn't an Ike near you, demand there be one soon. And hopefully there will be. I know he just opened in New Orleans, which is why if you sign up for the Ike's Love Rewards app, you could win a trip for 2 to New Orleans for the big game at the end of the year. You can always win over on BetUS. You make the right pick. You make the right play. Boom shakalaka. Use promo code YouTube150 to save 150% when you sign up. First deposit up to $2,000. And our good friends at the Dubliner pour the best Guinness in all of San Francisco. Get yourself a Dubliner on the Dubliner West portal. You can have Ike's delivered to you right there. You can go across the street, get a slice of pizza, get a pizza sent to you from Little Original Joe's. Great pizza over there. Dubliner is the coolest bar you're going to walk into in a long time. Don't take my word for it. Get there. Be a part of the Dubliner West portal. Thanks again to my sponsors. You guys and gals are the best. Damon, if they give him a 90-plus yard run, I'm done for the night. Yeah, I might pack it in 2. I might pack it in 2 at that point. And oh, by the way, 400 people now in the room. Thank you for being here. It's been a frustrating year for Niner fans. I thank you for turning some of that frustration my way. A couple of successful videos this month have really turned the month of November, which I know we're out of now. It's happy December, everybody. Merry Christmas. Holidays are here. 1 million views in the month of December. And by the time we get to New Year's Eve, there's a very good chance that this channel, since it was started, will have eclipsed 10 million views. And that means we're off and running. And I thank you so much. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. And thank you so much for coming back here, whether you're new here or you're returning here. It means an awful lot that you are here. The goal is we will never waste your time. Not trying to waste your time. I've watched a football season or 2. I'm not some, pearl-clutching, panic-inducing type of broadcaster. I know that panic sells very well. I don't sell a lot of panic. Unfortunately, the 49ers have sold a good degree of panic themselves so far this year. We're approaching 3 minutes remaining here in the second half. I feel like I need to blow my nose soon. I don't have any tissues. I might have to remedy that. Sugarnaut says Dobbs thrives when his coach's game plan fails. Well, unless Dobbs can play defense too and shut down Dawson Knox, who just picked up about 60 yards, what good's it going to be? This feels like it's got 21-3 written all over it in just a few more ticks of the clock here. Jair Brown, make a tackle. His team's ability to tackle just regressed massively. Cole checking in from Austin, Texas. Yeehaw, Cole. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being back. M. Patel says, Tig Brown also sucks. Worst safety on the team. Wait a minute. That's not what I was going to bring up here. Here's what I was going to bring up. KC says Kyle cannot adjust to save his life. What's the adjustment? No Lenore, no Bosa. You're missing your two best offensive linemen. I mean, it's been a bad year for Kyle. I don't think Kyle's a bad coach. It's been a bad year for the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers are a bad team, but they have regressed to a level of average after being, the most Pro Bowl laden, appearing in the Super Bowl team that you could find in football. So the regression of the 49ers is maybe the only steeper regression in all of football outside of Justin Tucker's forgetting how to kick a field goal for the Baltimore Ravens. It's just been a bad year, man. It was a bad year from the get-go. We tried hard to look beyond a lot of ominous signs saying, they can overcome that. They'll be better than that. They're not. They're not better than that. This is who they are. And Nick Sorensen, if we're being totally honest, kind of has one and done written all over him. Chef A says, cheer up, kiddos. Here's to the Blues holidays. Well, thank you, Chef, for keeping a smile on your face. Let me also just let you know that merch is available. You really want to go out of your way to support the channel. Pick up a t-shirt. They come in two colors, black and white. We got a long sleeve t-shirt. We're offering that in black. And you can also get a coffee mug for your sips of the day if you want to play along at home. But thank you, Chef. Chef A is the first person to have bought any merch from me. She was the first person to pick up a mug. Seth Indigo. Yeah, dudes, this is disappointing. Cole, Sorensen safe after this year? No, I don't think so. The adjustment is bringing in Coach Prime next season. Oh, Dennis, stop it. Stop it. I mean, the last thing the 49ers need to finally cross the finish line in first place is a coach who has never coached in the NFL before. I'm going to say keep your Deion Sanders. Go get me fucking Bill Belichick. You got to make a coaching change, but there is no coaching change about to be made unless Shanahan, for some reason, steps down or steps away. I'm going to tell you right now, he's not getting fired. Brian Smith says Azeez Al-Shaair should be suspended the rest of the year. Brian, his hit on Trevor Lawrence was bad. It was a bad hit. But this is not a man with a reputation of being a dirty player. I bet you if he could take that one back, he would. There's an awful lot of sliding late. I think that Trevor Lawrence is a little guilty of in that. And there is this fine line of I'm playing fast, you're playing fast. And when two guys are playing fast and at each other, bad things happen. It was a bad hit. If they did suspend him for the following game, I wouldn't argue with that. But for the rest of the year, I would not. Again, priors matter. And Aziz Al-Shair's reputation is not that of a dirty player. And that's what will get him through the moment. But it was a bad moment. Bad moment for sure. All right. A couple more supers coming in here. Hope you and the Bruce family had a great Thanksgiving. Mike, I hope you did the same. We did. We had a very nice Thanksgiving. Delicious meal, friends and family. It's all you can hope for. Bottle pull, baby. Bang, bang. Joe, we're going to need another 41 supers for another bottle pull. I already gave you your free one. I think I needed it for my own head cold. Bears will beat San Francisco. Yeah, that's out there. Absolutely. The Chicago Bears are going to be coming in motivated without any Matt Eberflus holding them back with his inexplicable decisions. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see the Chicago Bears come and beat the foot. Look at it this way. Feeling great. If you're telling me there's no Trent Williams, no Aaron Banks, no Diamador Lenore, Fred Warner is now hurt. Christian McCaffrey is now hurt. Trent Williams isn't playing. Bose is not playing. Well, I mean, yeah. Who are you going to pick the 49ers to definitely, they're going to go and beat them? I don't know. I don't know. This ain't good. Felix, hire John Gruden. That's not happening. But I like Gruden. I do. I don't dislike Gruden. But I've had some less than glorious emails, but it's not happening. And look at it this way. You know who's just hired John Gruden, Felix? Barstool. John Gruden's got a pretty cushy, well-paying job, I'm guessing, right now. Jay Frank says, is Kittle playing? Yeah, George Kittle is playing. He's got one catch for 7 yards. 49ers have only thrown 6 passes. They're probably not going to throw a dozen more in this game, the way that this weather's treating everybody. So keep it on the ground. Unless, of course, the Bills here score a touchdown before the end of the half and are up 21-3, which they're approaching as James Cook sets up a 1st and goal. Sorry. Runny nose. Runny nose. Adrian says the Super Bowl hangover is real. Losing to the Chiefs sucked the lives out of these guys. Look, who's going to argue with you based on what we've seen, right? Cook, juking, picking his hole, doesn't go far. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Damon, Big Larry going to be on tonight? No, unfortunately, no guest was booked for tonight's show. A few people I reached out to, but it's like Thanksgiving weekend, Sunday night, people wrapping up with their families. Soon. There will be more people joining us for watch parties soon, Anthony. But thank you for joining us. That's what's really that's what we need. We need you here more than anyone. Baja, Baracho. Damon, I've never enjoyed a crappy game as much as I'm enjoying this time. You and your many fans. Cheers, brother. Well, thank you very much, Baja. And I'm just going to tell you right now that this chat room, and I have popped into other live streams. I know what chat rooms look like. This is one of the best chat rooms, I think, anywhere on NFL YouTube. I really mean that. We have an incredible group of mostly intelligent, aware fans. Few trolls pop in, few know-nothings do make it in, but we've got a group of adults in the room. Josh Allen just throws that one away, lives to fight on 3rd and goal with 47 seconds left. I mean, if you can hold Buffalo to a field goal here, you're down 17-3, which isn't good, but it's a lot better than 21-3. Fred Warner out in coverage right there, did a good job. Third and goal, big moment in this game. Josh Allen, lots of time. Flips one to the corner of the end zone. That was way too easy. Javarius Ward just got abused right there. Mac Hollins, who showed up to this game barefoot, dressed like a tauntaun. Touchdown. It is 20-3. They are throwing snow in the stands in Buffalo. This felt like easy money tonight if you took Buffalo. I tweeted such a thing, and it does feel like easy money. Does Kyle Magic chart have a red zone on it? No, I don't even think he's got red zone plays dialed up. And there's enough evidence this season to suggest I might be right. It is now officially 21-3, and that good start for the 49ers feels like a distant memory. Man. Hand Banana says we might not even come out for the second half at this point. The real question is here, Hand Banana, because the Niners will get the ball to start the second half. Anything out of a touchdown on like your first drive of the second half, you might think about seeing Josh Dobbs tonight. Because I don't know if I want Brock Purdy exposed in elements coming off of a shoulder surgery, not shoulder surgery, but shoulder injury, with 2 starting offensive linemen who are nothing short of your 2 best offensive linemen out of this game. You know, I mean, how much further away from 21-3 do you need to get for this to feel unwinnable? The answer is not far. In the minute you're looking at an unwinnable football game, I do think you need to get Brock Purdy off the field. There's just too much of his future to jeopardize. For what reason? What reason? By the way, at halftime, we'll check where everyone is watching from, and I'll also recommend a documentary that's got nothing to do with football, but you absolutely need to see, and a lot of holiday free time is coming up, and we'll talk about this documentary coming up soon. Anthony says Allen coming in. Allen is not dressed for this game. Josh Dobbs was elevated to QB2 for this game. So I think that a early hook for Purdy might have been on the mind. B-E-Z-E. Niners are cooked, man. Season is done. They lose tonight. They're in dead last place, and they're in, yeah, you're right. It is. There'll be no playoffs this year. No playoffs this year. That means when my wife and I head down to Mexico, I'll be able to come home to San Francisco. I'm not going to have to go to New Orleans after Mexico because the Niners are in the Super Bowl. Not that I didn't want to go to New Orleans, but to put 4 nights of fish on a beach on top of a New Orleans run, it's a lot for a 49-year-old used to be like me. Again, we always pause for super chats, and we're deeply thankful. John Brennick says, DB, thanks for great content. Shouldn't fire Kyle. Last 2 years, he made the playoffs, the Super Bowl. As a 49er fan from Chicago, it could be much worse. How about this? If they are dumb enough to fire Kyle, which they won't because they're not dumb, I would hope that he would show up in Chicago immediately. I mean, the Bears should hire him at the speed of light. But then again, the Bears should have hired Jim Harbaugh just a year ago and didn't, to bring back Eberflus, and that was a joke, John. So I don't even know what to tell you. But, John, thank you very much. Appreciate your generosity, as do I with you, Joe. Those who say fire Kyle are not paying attention. And, yeah, there's something to be said here. Like, you know, people are big prisoners of moments, and this is a bad moment. There's no doubt. But you have to forget the other moments to get to fire Kyle. Like, since 2012, the 49ers have been to 3 Super Bowls. And I know that's not all Kyle, but this franchise is not now the New York Jets. It's not the Arizona Cardinals, okay? Got a 4 of 5 NFC championship games, 2 Super Bowls for Kyle. I mean, you can get a lot worse than that. Jorge Luis Sotelo, is the documentary Yacht Rock? Oh, don't give it away. Yes, it is. We'll talk about it in a minute. I was offended that the Ringer didn't call me to be in that because I am one of the foremost authorities of what is and what is not Yacht Rock of all time. And this documentary confirmed all of my suspicions. You know, Alex, Kyle's roster construction has been a disaster. It's been bad this year. And trading all those picks to have Trey Lance come belly up on you, it ain't good. But let me tell you, his roster construction just a few months ago had the most stacked roster in all of football. Did it not? I mean, let's not erase or rewrite history to give into how angry everyone is at this year. They had more Pro Bowlers on their roster than any other team in football. What I don't like about Kyle's roster is how he uses it, how he forgets his own depth chart, how he has so taken his eye off of special teams that they've become the worst in all of football, how his receivers are catastrophically slower than league average. These are legitimate complaints, but incompetent who does not know what he's doing, I can't meet you there when it comes to Shanahan. I know some people are out there selling that to you. I'm not one of them. All right, this is a very long 10 seconds. A very long 10 seconds. Let's go. Get off the fucking field. Go warm up. Jorge Toto's one of my all-time favorites. Jeff Piccaro, hell of a drummer. Absolutely he was. We'll get to that and all that in just a second. All right, well, Brock Purdy completed a pass there. 4 seconds left. Where are they on the field? Going to take a shot to the end zone. Found Jennings. One of Purdy's better passes of the night, Juwan Jennings, who now, besides George Kittle, is the best wide receiver on this team. Here's Jake Moody lining up for another one. Don't miss 2 in this first half, Jake. Oh, that one's down the middle. No! Short! Oh, my God. It comes up short. The man is literally here because he's got a big leg. The snap was a little high, but that came down short. I mean, just so everyone goes into the locker room extra pissed off. Lock in. Lock in. Batman, Damon, I hate it in here. I hear you, man. Hopefully not in here. But in Highmark Stadium, yeah, you should hate it right now. I mean, that was the first field goal attempt I don't have a problem with. You're trying to do something at the end of the half there. It's the other two field goal attempts I don't like either. Why Moody again? Flea market? Probably should have hucked one up to the end zone. Special teams coach, automatical fire. But Grunge, he doesn't go anywhere. Not never. Not ever. By the way, we have nearly 500 people in the room right now. We're not even at 300 likes, which means you've got a little bit more work to do on your end. Lean in. Hit that like button. It's not going to bite you. It's not going to hurt you. It's just going to push this video out to more and more people. So I thank you very much. Hit like and subscribe if you would, please. Now over 26,000 subs. I'm deeply appreciative of all of that. Merch is available. Memberships are available. And thanks, as always, to our sponsors. Let me go through my sponsors real quick right here. Starting with the sponsor of this live stream, our friends at BetUS. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get the comment down. There you go. Boom, 150% sign up bonus available to you. YouTube 150 is the promo code that you use to get that. Your first deposit up to $2,000 over on BetUS. You're going to want to eat at Ike's. If you order Ike's right now to be delivered, you're probably going to get it before the game is over. Are you sick of leftovers yet? A million sandwiches got nothing to do with turkey are waiting for you at Ike's. Go ahead and get one. You'll be happy that you did. Our friends at the Dubliner in West Portal got one of the best bars in all of San Francisco. Don't take my word for it. Go to the Dubliner West Portal. Muni drops you off right in front. I mean, you don't even have to drive. How much more do you want out of a bar than that? Public transportation drops you off right in front. What more do you want? Right now, all 49er fans want more out of this season than they've gotten, and I don't think you're going to get it. The season, from a competitive standpoint, feels like it is ending this evening. Again, when you piss away early season games and handcuff yourself to the concept of, well, you better play perfect from here on out. When perfect's not available, that's how you go from a team that was in the Super Bowl to last place in your own division. And that's where the 49ers will be with a loss in this game. Sole possession of last place in the worst version of the NFC West we've seen in a long time. Not good. Grant says, how does this team get better next year? Is CMC getting better? Is Trent? Is Fred? Is Mooney? Is Debo? Is Kittle? Horrible drafting ensured no younger players are here to replace them. Grant, these are all good questions, and we're going to have plenty of time to address them, but I'm going to tell you, you bring back Kittle. I would even extend Kittle. He's the only dude on this team who knows where the end zone is. Fred Warner, total stud, no problem there. Trent's coming back, obviously. Mooney's gone. CMC will hopefully be a better player after an offseason and what has been a lost year for him. You're going to have to draft well. You're going to have a free agent signing that makes sense. A few of them. It won't be easy. You know, when Super Bowl windows close, you usually don't get to say, hey, wait a minute. How do we open it again immediately? It's going to take a little time. It's going to take time. Anthony says, no more inner commercials. Anthony, have you given a super chat yet? If not, you must shut the fuck up. Your $1 million super chat means I'll tell all my sponsors we don't need it anymore. Thanks so much. Again, shit ain't free, Anthony. CMC is a shell of himself. He's not who he used to be. Although I got to say this, He was looking better at the start of this game than he had in any other game, and unfortunately has to leave this one with an injury. Here's how you get better. You acknowledge this. Sorensen is ass, and you replace him. Bring back in Robert Saleh. Someone other than Nick Sorensen, Brandon Staley. The combination has not been making an awful lot of music that we're impressed listening to. Get rid of this special teams coach. Jesus. Just awful special teams coach. Over 670 people in the room right now. It is great having you here. Thank you so very much for being here. Look, let's go over some halftime stats, and then we'll talk about Yacht Rock, which is a fabulous documentary that's playing right now on HBO. Bill Simmons did a great job with it. Hey, Brock Purdy, 7-9, but for only 52 yards. He's been sacked once. He has not turned the ball over. He had an interception wiped out by a defensive penalty. But this is 21-3 Buffalo, and Buffalo is already just running all over the 49ers. 16 carries for 141 yards. That is an 8.8 average. The 49ers, give them credit. They're rushing for 7 yards a pop right now. 17 carries, 119 yards, but an 8.8 average. It is just all day and night long available up the middle. As I said before this game even got underway, if Josh Allen just QB sneaked 50 times, that's probably a path to victory for the Buffalo Bills. This is what a top-heavy team looks like when it's injured. Jason, that is wisdom speaking. And you are right. The 49ers gave up an awful lot of their depth in pursuits of Javon Hargrave, which didn't work out, and obviously Trey Lance, which didn't work out. And here you are. Jared White, thank you very much. We starting getting better by firing Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch first. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know, you might as well be asking for the Easter Bunny to show up on Christmas and leave you Hanukkah presents. It's not going to happen. Unlike angry fans who only see the picture that's right in front of their face, Jed York is looking at the big picture. And when you examine Kyle Shanahan through the prism of the big picture, what you have is an incredibly successful NFL head coach that you wouldn't want to walk away from unless there was some sort of internal problem that we don't know about that hasn't been reported. It's not going to happen. Unless Shanahan himself walks away, he will not be fired. I mean, take that to the bank, all right? I know for a fact that this football team is not looking at itself through, this is negligence, we got to get rid of this guy, it's because of him we're not winning. I know that's how a lot of you see it. It's not how Jed York and the 49ers see it. Again, think about it really more than anything else. Kyle Shanahan is an audience of one. As long as Jed York is down with the program, it's his program. And Jed remains down with the program. Did you say Moody going after this year? No, Brian. No, Moody's not probably going anywhere. But yeah, I'd move on. He's not whatever he was supposed to be. He ain't. He's just not good. Anthony, thank you very much. Just putting $5 in the ganja jar. Appreciate it greatly. Thank you very, very much. Frustrating game so far for the 49ers. The Bills have put up 238 yards of offense in that half. Niners just $166. Each team is at a grand total of 4 drives. Average yards per play for Buffalo. I mean, this is an indictment on the 49ers defense, or what of this defense is out there tonight. 9.2 yards per play. I mean, I can't remember the last time I opened up a halftime box score and saw that the 49ers were giving up 9.2 yards per play. Ugh. That's awful. That is awful. Yacht Rock. Yacht Rock is a documentary that is on HBO right now. It's produced by Bill Simmons of The Ringer. And it's good. It's really good. And Yacht Rock, of course, is that genre of music dominated by Michael McDonald and Christopher Cross and Kenny Loggins. And what you learn, I knew it, but a lot of people will learn in this documentary is that the band Toto was basically the same band that Steely Dan would use to record their studio albums. And Steely Dan's tinkering in the studio created a level of musicianship that gave birth to an awful lot of the yacht rock that you hear. It's also the rare genre to be given its title years after. Nobody called yacht rock in 1982. It all happened because of a YouTube. It was even prior to YouTube video that came out with comedians making fun of it, and they go through all of this. It is a really well done documentary that gets into how there was really a scene in Southern California that allowed all these, distinctly white dude bands have an element of rhythm and blues to them, and just easy listening was invented and it proliferated. And so you can ask my wife, I wish you get Jillian down here. We'll have Yacht Rock on the radio, on XM. And like Fleetwood Mac will come on, and I'll say, Fleetwood Mac is not yacht rock. I understand how there's confusion there, but Fleetwood Mac was so big that it's too big. There has to be like an element of shame associated with yacht rock. No one's ashamed listening to Fleetwood Mac. Thunder Island by Jay Ferguson. There's a song that you really don't want your friends catching you singing along to. That's embarrassing. So that's the problem. I always think there's got to be a level of shame. If a song was too big of a hit, with the exception of some Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins, and Michael McDonald, who had massive hits that were yacht rock, quintessential yacht rock, it's got to be like the song that peaked at number 8 on the charts. Like there's a level of not everybody loved that song, but it was a good song. So I always think that's in play. And more than anything else, Steely Dan gets confused with yacht rock. Steely Dan might have birthed yacht rock, but I thought that they were like way their own thing, way too advanced for yacht rock. But yacht rock, as it was said in the documentary, came out of the primordial ooze that was Steely Dan. It's done by The Ringer, Bill Simmons. I highly recommended it. The only way that could have been better is if they had me in it. Here's Deebo Samuel with a big return for the second half. He's got that sucker over midfield. Deebo, for the second week in a row, has had a big second half kickoff return, but this one is not being brought back by a penalty. Ooh, a little graphic. 3 points scored in a first half. The least for Shanahan since week 18 of 2021. Oof. Again, pardon the cough. Grant says, been listening to you sincerely mid-2000s when you did Giants postgame on KNBR. You were the only one who would rip Sabian as hard as me. Keep fighting the good fight. Grant, thanks very much. I appreciate you listening all these years. I really do. The big picture is Kyle isn't cutting edge anymore. He doesn't know who his best players are. This is hard to watch. It's predictable. Just run the ball. Showtime, 21-18. Thank you, Showtime. Niner fan from Henderson. Seeing Duran this month at the Fountain Blue A lot of hot middle-aged women. Yeah, Duran will bring out the MILFs. No doubt about it. I've always liked going to Journey concerts. Like I've seen Journey a few times, Korean Journey. And what's great is when you see a Journey show or a Def Leppard show, you can tell what woman in her 40s got fingered to what song in high school. Like you can just see it. Like, oh, this song means a lot to this woman. So yeah, it's fun to see those bands. Who made out to what. Little graphic. Thank you for watching. Show's not for kids necessarily. Damon, thoughts on Dennis Allen as defensive coordinator? No. Get Dennis Allen as far away from any football team that wants to be successful. No Dennis Allen. Thank you. No, thank you. By the way, we're 27 supers away from another bottle poll. I don't know if I'll even make it because I just feel like crap right now. And the 49ers, unless they score right here, it's safe to say they are playing like crap right now. Chef A. Guilty pleasures. Thank you, Chef A. Damon, you are 10 seconds ahead of Xfinity. Yeah, let me help you sync up again. It's 13:04, 03, 02, 01, 13 minutes, 12:59, 58, 57. Tick, 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 tick. Hey, Jordan Mason up the middle. 49ers score a touchdown here. This football game's back on, kids. Now, I mean, they're going to have to do something defensively to let you think that anything's actually going to happen. All right. First and goal. And the Niners find the end zone for the first time this night. By the way, that looks like encroachment on Buffalo. Somebody came across that line. That's cheating. That is cheating. CMC is done. For the night, for the year, forever. I don't even know. I'm sitting here talking to you. I don't have any information coming in about CMC's availability other than I doubt he plays again tonight. Oh, no. Kyle Juszczyk. A rare goal line carry for Kyle Juszczyk. He fumbles. I mean, you want to talk about useless players that you don't need anymore. You don't need a fullback in this league anymore, especially if you're not going to run the way you're supposed to. Kyle Juszczyk, it's a rare goal line carry. He fumbles. Big scoop in return by Buffalo. And the 49ers are now in all kinds of trouble. I mean, they were in trouble even if they had scored, right? A guy who's watching on Twitter right now says, Damon, when are you coming back to radio? You are missed. You're going to have to figure out a way for radio to make money again. Because if they don't make money, they don't get Damon. That's how that works. Oh my God. I mean, what would have been more valuable for the 49ers in this game? Kyle Juszczyk or his wife's coats? His wife's coats would have done more to help the 49ers win this game than Kyle Juszczyk has. He won't be back next year. You can guarantee that. Rita, 3 halftime points. 49ers announced team logo paper bags with the eye holes will be the next home game promotion. Going scabs. I mean, here you are. You're on the goal line. Why not give it to Garendo? Why not give it to Mason? What are you doing fucking around by giving it to Kyle Juszczyk? That is just that's just Shanahan getting too cute. That's what that is. That's Shanahan being blinded by the right choices in red zones this year. That was horrible. C. Bolton says, was the fumble Kyle's fault? Was it his coaching that caused it? I love that the 49ers suck this year. I mean, what are you giving it to a guy who has done nothing on the goal line really throughout his entire career as a freaking fullback? You know, this is not Mike Allstott. So, you know, he shouldn't have had the ball. Should not have had the ball. End of regulation. That was the right call. Hold on to the ball, not the coach's fault. Again, he just in the entire run of the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan, when have you ever said, when you need that touchdown, Kyle Juszczyk's got to touch the ball? Never. Because Kyle Juszczyk isn't handed the ball 99.9% of the time on the goal line in goal-to-go scenarios. He is not a ball-carrying fullback. He'll catch the ball out of the backfield. He'll lay a decent block. Not that anyone runs power I anymore, so why even bother having a fullback on your team? I'd like to see, 5 wide more than I want to see Kyle Juszczyk get a carry. $11:30, 29, 28, 27. It is 21-3 Buffalo, and they are now driving after the 49ers take their second half possession all the way down to the 1-yard line before just giving the ball back to look at this. This is a dejected 49er team sitting there on the sideline. Malik Collins, nice tackle on James Cook. Kyle Juszczyk slamming his helmet on the heater. That's you, Harvard. Cannot fumble the ball in that situation. The Bills are running more than Damon's nose. William Christopher Dean, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, real simple. Just hand it to Mason. Jorge Luis Stoleto, yeah, don't overthink it. Just hand it to Mason. Not that Mason has been crushing it on the goal line. 4th and 2. What are the Bills doing here? Bills are lining up. They're going to take the field goal. I'm surprised they're taking the field goal. They've been picking up 2 yards, just falling forward all night. Kind of a chicken shit call. I mean, I guess the only way for the Niners to get back into this game now is if they had a short field after a botched 4th down play. So this is just conservative football on a night where, the Niners aren't doing shit. Why not give them the ball back? Oh, not to mention that punt is down basically at the 5-yard line. Not good. Oh, the big man, Kevin Murray. Great guardsman, if you don't mind me saying. Kevin Murray, loving this watch party. Thank you, Kevin. Really appreciate that. That's some serious generosity. That guy, I mean, I don't know if he's stacking Bitcoins and shuffling them around like they're poker chips, but my man, Kevin, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Quick Kevin Murray story. Very first time I bring Jillian to like a guardsman event, Murray walks up to me and he goes, "Is that your new girlfriend?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, okay, watch this. And he goes up to her. He's like, hey, Jillian, it's been so long. How are you? They'd never met before. And, she is trying really hard to like be friendly and nice and everything. She's like, hi, guy. How are you? She tried to play it all off. Murray got her good that day. That was great, Kev. Thank you. Do you see that's the thing. People see that 100. See that? Hundreds. Oh no, maybe you're saying, Damon, you're 100% correct. Is this about freaking use check? Well, I'm right about that too. I'm keeping it 100 there as well. And Juice can go to Miami. The last thing the 49ers need is the highest paid fullback in football when no one even needs a fullback in football really anymore. Fred back in. 28-3. Did something happen while I wasn't paying any? No, it's 21-3. Calm down. Again, look at that. It comes in all red and pretty, just like my Indiana t-shirt. Go Hoosiers. John B. Vang says, fuck this game. I'm just going to turn it off and listen to Damon. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. So all the Niners need is to go 95 yards here. A little play action. Purdy to incomplete. That was intended to Juwan Jennings. Rob Smith. Yeah, this one's over. No extension for Purdy. Overrated. He's going to make $50 million next year, and the 49ers are going to be happy to give it to him. You see how bad quarterback plays around football? You think Purdy's the biggest problem this team is having? What are you watching? What are you watching? Remember, this is a team that was getting about 400 yards a game of offense. Not in the last couple of weeks, though. Tyler encouraging everybody to hit that like button. Thank you very much, Tyler. Philip Don Michael Johnson Thomas. What yacht rock song encapsulates the 2024 Niners? Well, it's certainly not Run Like the Wind, because Kyle doesn't know when to pound a run game anymore quite like he used to. I mean, that is just a bobbled ball to Kittle. You might get everyone out of this game. Everyone's cold now. Sailing, because this team is just sailing far, far away from the postseason by the play. By the way, I hear the boys just giving Jillian hell upstairs. She's got a pack for a big work trip, too. I might have to. Wrap this one up a little early. The Niners don't get back into it. And based on that last drive, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, this is just this has been bad lately, man. Yeah, it's not Rob's C note. It was Kevin's C note today, Postman. Oh, yo, yo! This is like going to a comedy show, Ken. Like when the comedian bombs, Niners are bombing this. Again, this was easy money if you took the Bills tonight. Oh, NBC going Spyro Gyra, heading into commercial. There's some yacht rock legends. Very avant-garde. PGA Minahan. Thank you, PGA. Says, I've enjoyed listening to you since your days of sports phone and didn't know about Ike's until you love one of their few Colorado locations here. Yes, Ike's is in Denver, man. So I'm glad you got one near you, and thank you so much for listening from Denver. By the way, we did this last week. Let me know where you're listening from. Let's do a check-in. Where are you listening from? I know we got a lot of Bay Area. I'll tell you what, the coolest thing about YouTube is I'm not just sitting here talking to Bay Area folks anymore. Last time I checked, the internet was everywhere. Yeah, where is Slick Rick? Yeah, Ricky Pearsall might not be a good football player. Jam 18, I said I was going to Mexico. Hey, some of these guys are in Cabo already. How about this? Blue Leader 1 checking in from Connecticut. San Mateo in the house. Thornton, Colorado, the Daly City of Denver. Vancouver, Washington in the house. Thank you, Jason. Seattle. Peachtree City, Georgia. Jason, that's a lovely name for a city. Randall from New Hampshire. John checking in from Chicago. Robin from San Jose. Thank you, Robin. I saw Sparty. Sparty beat Stanford this weekend. Damon, is there a bright side tonight? Please help me. Help me out. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Craigs. I got nothing inspirational for you here. Dan checking in from L.A. Thank you, Dan. Foster City. Frisco. I knew it, baby. Frisco. Oh, we're out in the islands. Thank you, Kauai. By the way, if you're going to Hawaii, don't even bother fucking around with the other islands. You go to Kauai. Kauai is where Hawaii begins and ends, as far as I'm concerned. North Georgia. Virginia's in the house. And it's always good to see San Francisco right at home. Loner Incognito. Thank you very, very much. It's incredible. Texas is in the house. London is in the house. Danny Normal One. Thank you, Danny. Jono K. Guatemala. That's unbelievable. It really is. Unbelievable. Mexico City, the taco tour invite still available. I met this guy at the fish show at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and he said, come on down. I literally write like taco blog vacations. Freaking love that. Love that. It says YouTube user. I forgot. What's your name again, brother? I forgot. I was hammered that night at the fish show, which is all nights at the fish show. Kansas City, Melissa, thank you so much. Okay, you want your silver lining? Here it is. First round talents jump off the page. Dominic Pooney is going to be this team's guard for a decade. Malik Mustafa looks like a player. Let's see what Garendo is allowed to become. Diamador Lenore is a cornerstone player going forward. Unfortunately, he's hurt tonight and can't go. I like Renardo Green an awful lot. Up top, there was Malik Mustafa just punching a ball out of the sky, bringing up a fourth down. I think the Bills are going to go for this fourth down. I think McDermott's looking at Sean Allen saying, go. San Saba, Texas. I've never even heard of San Saba, Texas, Eric. Wow. I'm learning things. Dallas-Fort Worth. Burlington, Iowa. Big Ten country, baby. Mesa, Dakota. Thank you very much. Leavenworth, Kansas. Rock, Chalk, Annalise. Thank you very much. Cave Creek, Arizona. Danny. By the way, Danny, I seen that you have made a merch purchase. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that, brother. Hawaii. Come on. Dak 2005 VN is checking in from Hanoi, Vietnam. Unbelievable. The freaking internet, man. How come the radio's dying? I think I know why. Because I'm getting listened to right now in Vietnam and in Scottsdale and in West Covina and in Vacaville and in Guatemala and in Tucson. Freaking amazing. And Jorge checking in from Miami. Jim Gaffigan's new stand-up on Hulu cheered me up after my Canes blew the game versus the Cuse. Cuse was in the house. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Happy to say Indiana did not blow anything against Purdue. All right. Wide open. Wide open. I mean, this defense is just all turned around and doing a whole bunch of nothing tonight. This is a disaster of the first degree. A disaster of the first degree. Oh, my gosh. What a mess. I mean, there's nobody around them. Nobody. Freaking disaster. Renardo Green just caught a ball, flipped it back to, that's one of the most remarkable plays I've ever seen in my life, Josh Allen. Josh Allen throws a pass. Receiver catches it, but it's just a few yards away from Allen. Renardo Green's all over the receiver. He pitches back to Josh Allen. Unbelievable play. 6-play, 44-yard touchdown drive, 3 minutes. Josh Allen, I've never seen anything like that, ever. It's about to be 28-3. Again, Amari Cooper catches the ball. He's got dudes all over him. He pitches back to Josh Allen, who just starts running at the play, and Allen dives to the pylon, right arm extended. That's one of the more remarkable touchdowns I have ever seen. Let the Bills win the Super Bowl. Let them. Let the Bills win the Super Bowl. My God, that was a special, special play. Wow. Shouting out from Fargo, Glenn. Unbelievable. Again, Toronto, Chicago, Manchester, Chandler, Arizona. I mean, we got to get off of where all you're watching right now and get back to this game. Holy shit. Yeah, that was not planned. Michael, unbelievable. That's a rugby play. Bills deserve to win it all based on that play alone. That was unbelievable. Will Buffalo score 50 tonight? Will Nick Sorensen get fired if Buffalo scores 50? Here's the thing. If the Chicago Bears can fire a head coach midseason, which is something that they've never done before, can't Kyle shake loose a coordinator, an underperforming, uninspiring coordinator? Can't Kyle do that midseason? Or no? These are the girls he brought to the prom, and he's going to dance with them all night long. I don't know if you can hear me itching my leg. I got an itchy leg. I think I need lotion. What a disaster. This is a disaster here. So what can we get out of this disaster? How do we make this disaster a little bit better tonight? Well, we hang out with each other. We try to make everybody feel a little bit better. That's the very least we can do. And you will make me feel better by hitting like and subscribe right now. If you're not a subscriber, I hope you become a subscriber. I really do. I hope you're back here for future watch parties and videos and live streams. I'm live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. West Coast time. Larry Kruger and I are doing wake-ups on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays as well. Those are brought to you by Sam's Chowder House. Tonight, we are brought to you by this guy right here. That is Ike. This is Ike as well. Look at that. You can have him in cardboard cutout form or in graphic form. Either way, you get an incredible sandwich when you get to Ike's. You get a chance to go to possibly New Orleans when you sign up for that Love Rewards program. You win free chips, free drinks. Every single time you open that bad boy up and order your sandwich there, you earn your way towards free sandwiches and a chance to have a trip for two to New Orleans to go to a very large football game that'll be played at the Superdome. Thank you very much, BetUS. When you're thinking about playing, play over at BetUS and get 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit when you use promo code YouTube150, and then you take all those winnings to the Dubliner and you tip generously. I mean, even if you lose, you got to be a generous tipper. It's all I ask of you. Be a generous tipper in life. Hey, it looks like Deebo Samuel's actually going to get on his good foot again here on special teams. Too bad the game is already pretty much out of hand. It's Deebo's second decent return of the night. But thanks so much to the Dubliner. You always get a good ROI, return on investment, whenever you head to the Dubliner. Was Amari Cooper's knee down, by the way, on this play? Did Kyle, was Amari Cooper's knee down? No, it was not. It didn't go down. Okay. So it's not like Kyle even blew a review. Robin Goldstein said, Kevin just tried to shame my $2. Thanks an awful lot, Kevin. Robin, your $2 means an awful lot. It goes right in the same ganja jar. All super chats are deeply appreciated, and I say thank you very, very much. Prop manager at Capitola, nice to see Kyle using two backs finally, only because he ran the first one into the ground. I guess that's happening. I guess there's some, at least you got that going for you. Another example of Kyle getting too cute in the red zone. Showtime 2118. Yeah, man. And Kyle Juszczyk, I don't understand why you're giving the ball to Kyle Juszczyk. He's never asked to run with the ball. Ricky Pearsall just fell down. I don't even know if he was knocked down, but Ricky Pearsall was targeted right there and he just fell down. Did he slip? Yep, he just slipped. Dudes from Florida in the snow. Again, Damon, is there a bright spot tonight? Craig's? No, not tonight. Already got you there, Jorge. Oh, I went back a little bit in time there. Good afternoon from Sebastopol, Victoria, Australia. 1:17 p.m. Monday, 83, gorgeous. Niners are the only thing that's cold in Australia right now. Thank you, Peter. Again, we're on in Australia. I don't think KNBR or 95.7 The Game gets to Australia. As Sorensen goes, Staley must go as well. Hey, at least the Cardinals lost. You know what, Cheese? You're right. And yeah, they both got to go. To me, they're the two of them are tied together. Greg RJZ, Sorensen. I don't tell. I don't yell. Hey, Nick, fuck you. Juwan Jennings, trying to make things happen. Oh, my beautiful wife just brought me. See, here's the thing, honey. You know me, I'm a terrible planner, but I had an extra backup right there.
Gosh, I'm impressed.
You want to say hi?
I mean, it's depressing.
Here's Jillian.
Hi.
I told everybody the Kevin Murray story.
About him pretending like we dated.
Like you were long lost friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he inspirational messages to send to Niner fans. Jillian is the diehard Niner fan in the family. She grew up in San Francisco. I just work here.
I mean, ever since I was under 10 years old, we have yet to have a really great season. So, we're just back to normal.
You were in the Super Bowl last year, honey.
Okay, but we screwed it up.
Okay.
But
that's still a good year. I mean, you were in the Super Bowl twice in the last 4 years.
This is now returning to normalcy.
Oh.
So it's unfortunate. But hey, there's always next year.
There sure is.
Yay.
Later, honey. Thank you very much for the water. My beautiful wife, Jillian, everybody. Cleveland's slowest. Thank you, Cleveland. Where do the Niners go from here? To the postseason. Hey, Isaac Guerrero into the end zone. Might want to remember that guy's on the football team, right? Our leftovers are better than this. Hey, Jill. Thank you, Craigs. Appreciate it. By the way, just for future Jillian references, Jillian's with a G. That's okay, though. Jill's with the J. She doesn't go by Jill, though. What a freaking disaster. Touchdown. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Off-season priorities. Here comes Sons of Johnny LeMaster. Release Debo. Coaching overall. Focus on O-line, D-line. Yeah, to me, it's all D-line, O-line, everything. If you spend every single draft pick, D-line, O-line, and how about this? D-line, O-line everywhere, and even come back with Debo. Shit, I don't care. This team does not dominate the line of scrimmage like it used to. That's the biggest difference. That's the biggest difference. I know. I hear it all the time, cigar smoker. I know. T from the 203, Miami in the house. Good to have you, T. Has Guerrero had a bad game yet when he plays? Look, Guerrero was not impressive in the month of September. He had a very good October, and this is the first time we've really seen him in the month of November. So I don't even know how to answer that question. But I don't want to see less of Isaac Guerrero. For whatever reason, this month has been the least amount of Isaac Guerrero we've seen. It feels like they need him the most, and they've used him the least, and that's where a lot of frustration is coming from. Jared saying, hey, we actually scored in the red zone. That's a first. That's bad. Oh, this is my taco buddy from Mexico City, YouTube user. She's a stunner. I was blown away at the Sphere when I saw her. Yeah, Jillian's legit, man. What the fuck? Rick, did you doubt me? Come on. Jillian's got it. Yes, she does. Again, best thing that ever happened to me was Jillian just decided, like, it's time for me to settle. Yeah, if Juice had scored, this might be a game. Yeah, yes, correct. Had a guy you do not trust to carry the ball on the goal line, not been handed the ball on the goal line, which he fumbled back to Buffalo, which was returned to midfield. Yeah, this could be more of a football game than it is. No doubt. No doubt. By the way, we are 7 supers away from a bottle pull. Might want to get your playmakers more involved, Kyle. Guerrero, I think that was right before the touchdown. So, George, you called it. You called it, brother. Get him involved. Yeah, any word here, any word on Christian McCaffrey, broken kneecap, bruise. I haven't seen. Let me open Twitter here, see if we can get any news on McCaffrey. CMC, boom. What do we got? By the way, over 1,500 of you right now are watching on Twitter. Thank you very much. We've got a bigger audience on Twitter than we even got on YouTube. If all of you would come over to YouTube, that'd be phenomenal. But I understand that involves touching buttons and clicking over, and I get it. No one likes to push any extra buttons. I don't have any update for you on McCaffrey or the severity of that injury. I'm sorry. Tyler, thank you very much. Subscribe, everybody. Get those subscriptions up. Can we get to can we get me over so we got 26,196. So 4 more of you subscribe right now. That gets us to 26,200. We keep going. We keep growing. Keep moving in the right direction. Keep moving in the right direction. And I thank all of you. Again, we hit 1 million views in the month of November alone. First time I've ever done 1 million views in a month. Thank you very much. I see the path out of my radio career finally. CMC got married and instantly sucked. I mean, I'm not going to blame her, right? It's not her. 420 goes into the ganja jar looking for a bottle pull. Dr. GTI, thank you very much, Doc. Appreciate it very much. Hey, 49ers forcing a punt. I mean, look, it's to the point where 49ers get the ball back here and score. Yeah, they're still in a lot of trouble, to be completely honest with you. Buffalo punt. Buffalo punt. It's a booming punt. Jacob Cowing fields it going backwards a little. Returns it for about 4 or 5 yards. If Christian is seriously hurt, Kyle should be fired. No, Bill, come on. It's football. Guys get hurt all the time. All the time. If the player's ready to go, you play the player. Player gets hurt in the game, that's not, it was a non-contact injury. But I would say this. I would have it written in, Marcia, that the Madden curse, I would have it written in dudes' contracts. You are not allowed to appear on the cover of Madden. Seriously, you're not allowed to. I don't care how much money they're offering you. That Madden curse, I'm not a big curse guy. I'm not a big superstitious guy. But yeah, that'd be that I wouldn't allow that to happen again. It feels like there's something to it. Prop manager wants to know, how are the podcasts going? They're going great. They're going great. Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast, for watching the YouTube. More people, I think, do podcasts over YouTube than even like on Apple now. YouTube is the biggest home of podcasts in the world. I mean, it's all on YouTube now. If you ain't on YouTube and you're on the radio and you're not on YouTube, you're out of your mind. Ray Dillon. Ray Ryder coming in from New Delhi, India. Hey, would you please get 1 billion of your closest friends in India to all start watching this channel? I mean, we can retire. If I could get all of India watching for just one day, I turn into Mr. Beast. So bring it, India. Welcome, Ray. Great to have you here. I'm a big garlic naan guy. It's one of my favorite breads there is. If the 49ers hit field goals and juice instead of fumbling, they would be in this game. They would be. But they are not. If ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. If my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle. Didn't Purdy play in snow at Iowa State? 510, Steve? Yeah, he did. I mean, look, if we're talking about where this game has gone wrong, is it really Brock Purdy? You know, Purdy is 10 of 16 for 97 yards. He's been sacked once. He's not been helped out by his receivers at all. The 49ers are losing this game because they can't stop the run to save their lives. The 49ers are losing this game because their defense tonight decided we're not even going to bother. 49ers are losing this game right now because they've given up 298 yards and are allowing the Bills 8.2 yards per play. 8.2 yards per play? And on the quarterback. It's just not on the quarterback. Let's be honest, right? By the way, Mother Tucker from Scotland. Aye. Lass, thank you. 18 points in 15 minutes. We can do this? Probably not, Michael. Probably not. But crazier things have happened. Frobafet, do we even beat Chicago? I don't think so. I think Chicago's going to be coming in without Eberflus, all kinds of motivated, and just everything about the Niners is pointed in the wrong direction right now. If Damon takes over India 95-7, might rehire him for a year before firing again with absolutely no notice. Yeah, probably. By the way, I saw ratings on 95.7. They're getting ones now. Ones. You shouldn't have said goodbye to, I don't know, the guy who built your whole fucking station. You're welcome. Damon, try that garlic wild bread at Woodstock Pizza. All right. I don't even know where Woodstock Pizza is, but okay. Damon, just start talking cricket and your numbers are going to boom. I don't know anything about cricket other than googly. I will go Bollywood. Don't make me do the light bulb dance. That ball slipped right out of Brock Purdy's hand. Is that a forward pass or a fumble? What are they calling that? Did Brock just give the ball back on the 25-yard line? Yes, he did. Oh, my God. Another turnover. Brock's that ball. No, come on. That's a forward pass. His fan's going forward there. Well, maybe it's not. I don't know. I mean, that is right at the arc of that was going forward. Dude, the ball slips out of Brock's hands on wet weather road games at night. That just does. It happens too much. And for a guy who did go play in elements at Iowa State, that's a little weird. I mean, they're going to take a look at this, obviously. The Bills are one of two teams with a takeaway in every game this season. This would be their second takeaway in this game. And that's it. They're not even going to look at it. That was a fumble. And the Bills are starting at the 25-yard line. The good news is there are only 14 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in this game. Now there's a flag on the field, even though there's not football happening. What is going on here? "12 men on defense." No. Second week in a row. I mean, this is one of those, maybe Nick Sorensen doesn't fly home from Buffalo. 12 men on the field again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I see 11. What are you talking about? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Second week in a row. It happened on consecutive plays just last week, and it happens here after a turnover. 12 men on the field. Are you kidding me? Good God. Again, Michael, he was optimistic. He was like 18 points in 15 minutes. We can do this. Well, not with this field position. You can't. Oh, my God. There's an awful lot of Chicago's going to beat us. Yeah, I think Chicago does come in here and beat you. They're going to be playing all kinds of excited football for their new head coach. Rocket by Allen. It's going to make it 1st and goal. You know, you got Dawson Knox doing snow angels. He's so happy with that catch. It was good coverage by Renardo Green, but that's just a perfect throw from Allen. Just perfect. I mean, it feels like right now it's a matter of your NFL MVP is Josh Allen or Saquon Barkley. And we all know that running backs will never be named MVP. So I think it's going to be Josh Allen this year. I think it's his year. Chicago Jason says 95.7 the game got rid of YouTube chat. Pathetic. Probably not as pathetic as them buying a whole bunch of YouTube subs and views. But yeah. None of that station is I love Butcher Boy, I love Bonte. Those are my boys. Radio is in a lot of trouble. Not just here, everywhere. Josh Allen dropping back. He's going to run it in. Yep. Just decides, yeah, I'm just going to run. Just get Fred Warner dive at my ankles. I'll run right through that too. It's Josh Allen's 2nd rushing touchdown of this game. It is going to be 35-10 Bills. Wow. Joe says, Damon, the closest Woodstock pizza to you is in Santa Cruz. Well, that shit's, I'm not going to Santa Cruz for a pizza. Sorensen is a joke. Tolbert is king. Radio's officially dead. Yeah, Tuna Bomb, look. No new listeners are coming to radio, which means you got to hold on to your existing listeners. What KNBR existing listeners are going to be happy that they can't listen to Tom Tolbert anymore? It's insane. Your industry's broken. When your business model is broken, it's a disaster. Kevin's done. He's out. Ten Devils 30. Where are all you Brock Lover bootlickers now? This happens even in dry weather. No, look, he is good. He's really good. He is in the upper echelon of NFL quarterbacks beginning their careers. That is indisputable. We got all the receipts to back it up, including a Super Bowl appearance. The kid has won playoff games on the road at home. I mean, come on. How is this Brock's fault? That was a bad fumble. I'll give it to you. Now, Brock in bad weather is not the best bet in the world. I hear you. This is on the defense. and his wide receivers who can't separate for shit in an offensive line that has regressed from last year. Again, this is not Brock fucking up the 49ers. You know, unless Brock was one of those 12 men on the field, how is he screwed up defensively tonight? Oh, I'll say I knew that Damon would go nuts with 12 men on the field again. I love it. I seriously, I can't. Too many men on the field penalty again. How? East Bay Ricardo, 49ers look like they packed it in for the season since last week. Look, this is, if we're being completely honest, this was a loss before they got on the airplane. I said it. This was a loss before they got on the airplane. I said that on Monday of last week. Everything I said was going to happen here is happening. By the way, everything that I told you with the Golden State Warriors is going to happen is happening now with them too. There is no 13-man rotation in the NBA. There's no 13-man rotation on a team of Boy Scouts. That's not how basketball works. It's unsustainable. The Warriors have now lost 4 in a row, and it looks like 49ers are going to be losing, what? Is this their third in a row, 4 in a row? I stopped counting. Not good. By the way, we are 3 supers away from an automatic bottle pull. Just throwing that out there for you. Collinsworth. Craig's Kitchen. Collinsworth is trash talking. This is bullshit. Hey. Oh, Debo fumbled. Debo was pulling that ball out of the end zone, and he fumbled. That is Bills' ball. The Bills are going to put a 50 spot on the Niners tonight. Definitely don't fire the special teams coordinator. Everything's going great. That was a fantastic tackle by Bishop. I mean, he put a shoulder pad right on the ball. But again, it's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. It's all falling apart right now. James Foster, drink up. It's coming soon. We're close. Damon right on the Warriors. Damon right pick on the lineup and stick with it. Thank you, Bill M. Thank you. Here's the thing. It's great to flex all the depth you can, but that is not how basketball teams work. 13-man rotation means that your 10 through, well, your 6, 7 through 10 are just hard to find. 10 devil comes again. Point taken, Damon. But as you know, the quarterback always takes the blame. The quarterback always takes the blame that I think you got to get off that crowd and say that he's the problem here, right? Total dog shit tonight from MKG, and that $2 puts us over the top. So does Space Cowboys, 2 bones right there for Fire Sorensen. Yeah, he should be left on the tarmac tonight. Jay Greasy, calamitous. What a great word, calamitous. Great word. I love all these turnovers, Space Cowboy. Time to tank, Space Cowboy. I don't think they're going to have to go out of their way to tank. They might not win again this year. This team does feel like it is starting to check out a little. Anthony Vu. Here's the first bottle pull. I tell you, on a night where I got a bad head cold, on a night where I'm stuffed up as hell, I don't know if this is going to hurt or help, but I told you that with 50 supers, we'd do a big one. We are now at 55, so cheers. Here we go. Ha! 12 men on the field. 12 men on the field. If you're Nick Sorensen, there's one thing you got to be looking at this week above all else is that at no point in time are we going to have 12 men on the field. That happened. Again. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Gravity Fallout Pines. Thanks for keeping it real, D. Bruce. Thank you very much. Hit like, hit subscribe. That's how you keep it real. That's how you help me keep going. Hit like, hit subscribe, my good friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. RJ waxed. Purdy needs to get rid of the ball. Just throw it. He's been hesitant all year. He's got nowhere to go with the ball. These guys aren't getting open. They're just not popping open like ever. So that's why it's not happening. You know, you can't throw to a dude who's not open. The lack of separation, Montana rarely held onto the ball very long. Do you think Joe Montana was dealing with a lack of separation with John Taylor and fucking, Jerry Rice? Those are the most separating. Dude, they separated more than parents who don't get along anymore. Man, come on. But thank you, RJ. Thank you very much. Looking forward to that spicy Larry rant on Wake Up, Batman 29. Yeah, it'll be spicy tomorrow morning. I can just feel it coming. I can feel it coming. How about for the second bottle pull? That was a big bottle pull. Got a little flame on in my nose right now. By the way, if I mention merch is available, you want to support the channel, that's a nice way to do it too. You don't have to get me drunk tonight. All right, 1st and 20. Again, that was probably 8-yard gain by Davis up the middle. Just dragging defenders. Does Purdy wear a glove in future wet snow games, Fuji Simeon? I don't know if, sure, maybe, but it's his throwing hand. I mean, asking Trubisky's in now. You've been Mitch Trubisky'd. That's all you need to know about this game. You've been Mitch Trubisky'd. Unbelievable. It's hard to ask a quarterback to wear a glove on his throwing hand. If they're uncomfortable with it, you can't do it. Here's the 12 men on the field. Oh, Jason again. Cheers. 12 men on the field. By the way, we got more people in the room right now than at any other point in time. We got over 700 people in the room. How many likes are we looking at? Nearly 550 likes. We're just over that. So you are doing the job with these likes, and I thank you very much. Continue to do the job with the subscriptions. Thank you very, very much. 12 men on the field. Feeling a little bit of a Jets vibe tonight, are you, Michael? Who would dare tell you you're wrong? Take another swig. Let's get Damon drunk. Johnny, thank you. I tell you what, you're on your way again. I'll do one in another 50. We're at 64 right now. Mix some sugar, some lime, some hot water with some rum. Damon, toddy it up. Thank you, Marcia. That probably will help clear the old sinuses. It's been a Sudafed kind of day for me. Lots of Sudafed today. Lots of Sudafed. Thank you, Tyler. Hit that like button. You know, another thing I do want to see in this game, I want Kyle to admit his situation, and I want him to have Josh Dobbs and Isaac Guerrero get the rest of the carries in this game. There should be no more Purdy. There should be no more Jordan Mason, who, if we really do have CMC is lost for the rest of the year because of this knee issue, he's now your starting running back again. So get Guerrero in there. Hey, they sacked Mitch Trubisky, everybody. Yatir Gross Matos. It's his second sack in a 49er uniform. Why is Fred still playing? That's a good question. You know, that's a good question, especially for a guy who's been dealing with like a broken ankle that has not once hit an injury report. The Niners should be fined thousands of dollars for that, by the way. Tyler Bass looking to line up a long one in brutal elements. Is it going to be 38-10? No, Bass missed that one. I mean, we got some fat snowflakes coming down now in Buffalo. 9:34 remaining in this game. But it is over. The Niners trail by 25 points. Disaster. Absolute disaster. Jam 18, I wouldn't count on CMC even being healthy next season. Yeah, look, you cannot have, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. You cannot have Christian McCaffrey be the pull in case of emergency that he used to be. He cannot be overused anymore. You know, when to use them, how to use them. This is what generals do. They figure out when to pull the big weapons out of their army for what battles. You know, you got to take hill number 7. Okay, so get McCaffrey for that one. Oof. Do you have merch? John, I do. It's linked on the page. It's easy to find. Merch is available on Twitter and on YouTube. Merch is up. Thank you for asking. It is there. Do all of your holiday shopping. Put your mom, your grandma, your children all in Plus merch. I think I got, I'm not lying, I think I got one of the best logos in the world. Look at that. I love my logo. Sutro Tower being kicked over by Godzilla. It's on the helmet, baby. By the way, speaking of holiday shopping, check out Green Gridiron. Green Gridiron, the link is in the description of this live stream right now. Green Gridiron is your one-stop shopping for all helmet needs. College, pro, alternative. You want a replica helmet. By the way, this is a replica helmet. You couldn't wear this in a game. They don't even allow you to put it on your head, right? It's got a shell in it. I mean, I could pull that out and put it on my head. But this is not a real helmet, but you wouldn't know it because it looks like a real helmet just sitting on the shelf. You can pick one of these up for like $150. Who needs another jersey? Get your first helmet, whether it be a replica helmet or a real helmet. This is like a Speed Riddell, no joke. You could wear this in the game tonight being played in Buffalo helmet right here. And that's a customized, awesome helmet. Check out Green Gridiron. Really cool stuff. Use promo code Bruce when you check out. You will save money. My merch is brand new. There's no opportunities to save money on the merch. Someone's like, you're going to do a Black Friday sale? I'm like, well, Friday is the first day we open the store. So no. Warm up the plane and load the bus. Get the fuck out of Buffalo. Yeah, I mean, just get some wings and bounce. That's the only thing left to do. No starter should be remaining in this game. Brock Purdy should be out of this game. Jordan Mason shouldn't be in this game. Oh, that was Garendo. Pardon me. Is Sorensen trying to get fired mid-season like Eberflus? Feel better, Damon. Purdue fired their coach. Yeah, they did. Purdue did tank their coach. Why wouldn't they? They were 1-11 and just awful. Okay, so when you do come on with a hunch and ask for a bottle pull, Rob C-Note. So if we go straight to 100 in a super chat, that'll get you a bottle pull every single time. Rob, you're going to be the death of me. And thank you so much. Rob C has been incredibly generous since the day we started going here on YouTube. And thank you again, Rob. Rob was in for $500 last week. That's remarkable. Rob, thank you. Ha! He had just turned 50. I'll be in the club soon enough. Thank you so very much. Mary Hornback says, I could not have watched this game without you, Damon. Thank you. I love you. You should see how I feel about you, Mary. Oh, by the way, we got a Buffalo Bill just running down away. Oh, my God. That is, how many yards was that? How many yards was that? That is a touchdown. There's a flag on the play. Flag on the play. But if that play stands, what are we looking at? All right. So Bishop 100% held right there. And that is coming back. And that is how you have like 80-yard runs when you hold that bad. So Mary, I'm happy that my terrible head cold hasn't forced me off earlier today. I'm glad to have been riding this one with you. And look, I'm having fun with these live streams. We should have done them earlier instead of coming on live at the 2-minute warning. We should have done this earlier, and it's a lot of fun. And it's helped the channel grow. It's brought more people into the mix than any other live streams that we've done. So I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful to your response to it. And it means an awful lot. Thank you that you're supporting. How about this? 650 coming in with a 50 spot. Thank goodness for the live stream. Well, thank you very, very much. Again, how do you support the channel? How do you support the channel? You do it by supporting my sponsors. You do it by hitting like and subscribe. Super chats are always welcome. Memberships are very much welcome. Thank you, Marcia. You can go and see that Bane, Sports Bane, wished everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. Those for members only. You can now watch that, Marcia. Thank you so very, very much, Marsh. Jason Rudderman, thank you for the 49er therapy tonight, Jason. It's been my pleasure. Not sure if I saw it earlier, but did the Niners season and potentially management just end with that juice fumble? Kyle Juszczyk's tenure with the 49ers is coming to an end. I think Sorensen and the special teams coordinator Schneider are both 100% out. Get rid of Brandon Staley too. Kyle's not going anywhere. Brock's not going anywhere. I'm telling you, that's the way it's going to happen. Unless Kyle wants to step down, he's not going anywhere. But Anthony, I thank you very, very much. Rob C-Note. You saw it, Postman. Rob coming in with a ruckus. Very much appreciate that. This was fun tonight. I wonder if the Niners address the issues this team or if they're just going to downplay this season. You know, here's the thing. I think that they're going to look at themselves and they're going to say there were a lot of games early in the year that just got away from us. And had they not gotten away from us, 6-2 was out there in the first 8 games. They just pissed away so many opportunities early on. I think they're going to sort of look at this as the one that got away with a serious eye on roster turnover, because it's going to have to happen. So there's a very interesting offseason coming up for the 49ers. There's no doubt about that. Very, very interesting year. Staley for head coach. Why? What has he done to make this year go in the right direction? Come on. That's no. D-line, O-line. Controlling the line of scrimmage is the thing that this defense, it's the thing that this team did just about better. This will be the 4th time in team history that the 49ers have lost back-to-back games by 25 or more. Nice cutback there. Yeah, it's no Brandon Staley. Come on. Dusty Gold says Kyle is embarrassing the 49ers organization with this loss in this season. This loss was easy to predict. And when you can easily predict a loss, I don't think it's just on the head coach. It ain't your year, man. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I don't think we need to rewrite the book on what is or isn't good. But it ain't your year. And there are some tough choices that need to be made. This coaching staff does need to be improved at defensive coordinator and special teams before it needs to be improved as head coach. I really believe that. iPhone 7. We suck since 94. Again, I know you want to say that we suck since 94. Do you realize that most franchises would give their left nut to suck like the Niners? You've been to 3 Super Bowls since 2012. I know you didn't win them. You've been to 3 Super Bowls since 2012. You've won your division, many years. 4 out of 5 NFC title games under Shanahan. 2 Super Bowl appearances. I know you think you have a birthright to win it all. You don't. You just don't. Winning Super Bowls is hard business. And for a while there, the Niners made it look so easy. Everyone just assumed it was going to happen. The Niners have run into the team that has defined the last decade of football in 2 Super Bowls, and that's bad luck. Real bad luck. The Niners have been, I think, over the last 5 years, the second best team in football. And they keep on running into the definitively best team in football in Super Bowls. It's a tough place to operate. The Shanahan era is over. Unless he wants to leave, he's got at least 3 more years. Okay? He is not going to be fired. I cannot say it any more plainly than that. I know you are looking at this thing, at the game right in front of your face, and you hate everything that you see. That is not how Jed looks at this. Jed is looking at big picture. In big picture, the Niners have a coach that if they fired him today would be hired instantly by 14 other franchises. They would send limousines to pick up Kyle. Now, if Kyle's burnt out and tired, he's got to go. That's a whole different story. By the way, another just easily 12-yard run. I mean, it's just pathetic, the amount of yards per play that the 49ers are giving up tonight. 10-point total offensively. That's pathetic, right? It is. That's pathetic. But my God, this is this defense has given up 363 yards. They're giving up 7.3 yards per play. I think Debo's gone at the end of the year. I think Juszczyk's gone at the end of the year. I think Javarius Ward is gone at the end of the year. And honestly, as good as Nick Bosa's been, if you can get out from underneath that salary, it might be the time to do that too. He's still a very good player, Nick Bosa is, but this defensive line without him tonight has been atrocious. That's for sure. Atrocious. So I guess it's not the right night to make an argument that he's got to go, but it's going to be tough to keep high-paid players everywhere. Can they win another game? Yeah, Joe, they can. Will they? I don't know. The 49ers tonight looked like a team that was reeling. All you needed to do was look at player availability in the injury report to see for a fact that they were 100% reeling. And the Bills, coming off of a bye week, this was a scheduled loss. This game was over. Even if the Niners came into it maybe with 100% health, this game was over before it was even started. And I would agree with you. This is not as bad as a loss to Seattle, LA, and Arizona. Those are 3 division opponents. What you do against an AFC team in a blizzard doesn't matter nearly as much as what you do when you're playing in your own division. And because of those 3 losses and the fact that the Rams and the Seahawks won today, Cardinals got clipped. But because of that, you're talking about you're talking about a team that is going to be in sole possession of dead last place in one of the worst NFC Wests we have seen in a very, very long time. No bueno. Would you consider doing an occasional live show or watch party from a Warrior game? Who is in the worst position? The Bears or Jags or Jets? Giants. Well, I'll tell you that the Bears are in the best position. They got, I think, the most to mold for any potential head coach. Giants are a mess. Jets are a mess. Jaguars, let's see what happens to Trevor Lawrence. But Bears are, without a doubt, I think, the team in the best position. A little watch party for a Warrior game. It's hard to do a watch party during an NBA game because there's just so much back and forth. But look at it this way. We're going to be transitioning from football season to basketball season at some point, Fuji, and I hope you're along for the ride. I really do. Oh my God, my nose is just ugh. So we're under the 2-minute warning. We're victory formationing this bad boy. We got over 700 people in the room, and this thing is a mess, an absolute mess for the San Francisco 49ers. There is no doubt about that. And I guess we can officially welcome everyone to the post-game show right here, right now. Let me make a little note. There it is. The 49ers have gotten absolutely hammered in Buffalo tonight. They did not appoint themselves well in any category. It was a mess from 12 men on the field to bad penalties to turnovers to fumbles to Christian McCaffrey getting hurt to add to the long list of guys getting hurt. This game was supposed to be bad before it kicked off, and it delivered. It was easy money. Taking Buffalo tonight. They just clinched their 5th straight AFC West title, and the 49ers, or excuse me, AFC East title. The 49ers are now last in the NFC West. And it's a bad year for 49er football. There is no doubt about that. We will take a look at some of these numbers here to wrap up the evening, but that was bad, boys and girls. That was officially bad. I got people in the chat saying, bring back Jimmy. It wasn't that bad, but it was bad. There's no doubt that went all kinds of wrong and sideways. And I thank you very much again. Fuji Simeon coming in with a super chat. Damon taking shots from a bowling ball helps with colds. Yeah, we're not doing bowling ball shots, but we've done a couple of bottle pulls. And I thank you very much for all the liking and the subscribing that you've been doing tonight. Means a lot. The 49ers were going to lose this game before it kicked off, and indeed, they lost this game as it kicked off. It was bad pretty much the whole way through. Not a lot got going for the 49ers passing game. You got receivers who have proven game after game that they cannot pop open, which means Purdy's got to cook the grenade a little bit too long before he can get rid of it. Unfortunately, Christian McCaffrey looked like he was about to have one of his best games of the year. The way that this game started, he had some pop and sizzle to his runs and his carries, and then without contact, he goes down injured. They're calling it a knee. The severity of that knee, I do not know. but it did not look good. It did not look good. And they lost McCaffrey after he had toted the ball 7 times for 53 yards. Again, a 7.6 average for McCaffrey. So things are going well for him until he had to go. 220 rushing yards on 38 carries for the Buffalo Bills tonight. Josh Allen was incredible when he needed to be. His decisions were spot on. And the execution that the Bills had in this game far exceeded what the 49ers could even think of executing in this game. Due to availability, it was a disaster. We have Rodman Sanchez coming in with a $10 super chat saying, Damon, Kyle couldn't get it done with a group of guys twice. Rebuild time. I was hoping to see Brock step up, but the team's confidence is gone. I was wondering if Bay Area media is going to ask tough questions. Well, Bay Area media will never ask tough questions. Brock just came back from a shoulder injury and was, again, 94 passing yards on 11 of 18 in terrible conditions, turned the ball over. Wasn't a good night for him. He's got no receivers who can even present themselves to him. So that's a disaster. It just, look, the Niners were going to lose this game before it even started. And they did. The Bills are really good. The Niners really aren't anymore. Now, I don't think that they are lost in the woods level bad, but Nick Sorensen should be fired by Monday morning. This is one of those let your defensive coordinator go. Let your special teams coordinator, you've let him die on the vine, so you got to do something. Because I do feel that Kyle is losing, right? Kyle is losing the ability to rally these troops. So how do you get everybody's attention again? You fire someone. Kyle looks exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. And this game was an unmitigated disaster. It really, really was. Thank you so much for all the likes, all the subs. Want to thank our sponsors as always, starting with our good friends at BetUS. Hold on, let me write this down. Our friends at BetUS right now are offering 150% sign-up bonus on deposits up to $2,000 on your first deposit when you use promo code YouTube150. This was easy money tonight. I kept on saying, Bills, this looks easy. So easy. I was a little worried about it, but no, sometimes it is that easy. This was an easy bet. Bills all day, all night long. Thanks to BetUS for powering this live stream. If you had ordered Ike's at halftime, you would have some just waiting for you right now, but you didn't. That means you got to get to Ike's this week. And if there isn't one near you, I hope there is one soon. You can use the app, his Ike's Love Rewards program, to start ordering your sandwiches, and you will earn free sandwiches when you're in San Francisco. Go get the best pint of Guinness in the city at the Dubliner West Portal and tell Kenny and John that Damon sent you. They love hearing that, and I love saying that. Great bar, great people. It's kind of like this chat. Great bar, great people. Vin Wynn says they're not going to fire Sorensen because Kyle needs a scapegoat. Well, that can't be it anymore. Like, eventually, the scapegoat needs to be used to get the heat off of you. And there's going to be more heat on Kyle now than before, even though it is unaware heat, because I don't think there's any heat from Jed York to fire Kyle Shanahan. There just isn't. Jed York is not tonight thinking, I need to get rid of my head coach. It's not happening. But this was a bad game. I mean, if you had to submit a single moment of this game to save your job, you'd be out of a job. A bigger picture view will let you know that the 49ers have a head coach that is just having a bad year more than he's turned into a bad head coach. So all I can tell you is this whole thing was a freaking disaster tonight. Unmitigated disaster tonight all the way around. And we have a huge amount of people in the room, nearly 800 people in the room right now. We have been going since this game began. And my voice is shot. I mean, really, Josh Allen is doing snow angels out there. God damn it. Just rubbing it. It's like planting the flag. This was a bad game. As an NFL quality bad. However, do you remember Jimmy Ray? Yeah, I do. I remember Jimmy Ray. I remember those teams. I remember them. I was covering those teams. No doubt, Anthony, but this was bad. This was bad. And this is going to be a very long flight home for the San Francisco 49ers. Very long flight home. Ryan, this organization couldn't get it done with the best roster in football while paying your quarterback milk and cookies. Why would they pay the 14th best quarterback $60 million a year? Because the 20th best quarterback's making around that neighborhood too. The market rate for starting quarterback who won't lose his job is $50 million. But you're right. They blew a massive opportunity. The best chance that they had to win is in their rearview mirror. There's no doubt about that. Doesn't mean they're eliminated from contention. Doesn't mean that there's no chance that they go on to win anything in the future. But their best chance, it's behind them. That is behind them. We are at 700 likes. Vince Vegas says, oh, Daniel Jones? Vince Vargas. No, Daniel Jones. Come on. B. Lauren says it's GM malpractice to extend Purdy at this point. It would be much easier to identify malpractice to not. You've invested too much in a guy who has, when look at it this way, when things have gone well for Purdy, he's off to a historically good start. If that's not good enough for you, I got bad news. Patrick Mahomes isn't out there again. You can't redraft. You can't just, the next guy might not come for another 20 years. So you got a pretty damn good quarterback right now. Tonight, obviously, does not make the highlight reel. But walking away from Purdy or Shanahan, I would just exercise all the caution in the world doing that. I really would. How about this? If you want to cut both of them, I'll take them in Chicago. I'll take both of them in Chicago. I'll take Purdy over Caleb Williams in Chicago. And I will. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Let me see what Caleb Williams looks like. The guy started 12 games. For me to say cut the cord on him, that'd be silly. 12 games. But look, Vin, you're right. We know that Brock can't really throw in the rain or the snow. He is not an all-weather quarterback. The good news is the Niners played the majority of their games not in weather like this, and all their home games come in California. So the elements aren't nearly the issue that, you're making it out to be. But, elements can creep up anytime. I get it. I hear you. There's no perfect out there. There is no perfect out there. So you better stick with pretty damn good while you got it. Because have you watched football? Have you seen the quarterback play around the rest of this league and the coaching in this league? It's dreadful. Serious problems ahead. Too many bad contracts. And Jason, there will be a culling of the Niners. They will look much different next season. There is no doubt about that. They will look much, much different next season. There will be big turnover. And there needs to be. It's not one of those just like it has to happen because of Purdy's contract. There are some guys who got to go. There are some contracts that need to be put in the rearview mirror. And Kyle is going to need to be forced to turn to some of the youth on his team. He's so hesitant to do it. Lesky 916. Leesky. Don't expect to ever win with Purdy. You were in the Super Bowl last year. I want to remind you because it seems that everyone forgets that. Whenever the Niners lose, the amount of sky is falling panic that happened last year on the way to the Super Bowl means that I shouldn't react so dramatically to your sky is falling panic. This year, unfortunately, the sky did fall. This year, the sky did fall. Hargrave needs to go. Yeah, that I'm telling you, the depth that you had to sacrifice to bring Javon Hargrave in is more of a reason why the 49ers are losing this season than Kyle Shanahan or Brock Purdy. All of the talent that you had to sacrifice to bring in a player who, when he was playing, wasn't very good, and now that he's hurt, obviously is giving you nothing. That is hurting this team's ability to win games week in, week out more than Brock Purdy or Kyle Shanahan. The Javon Hargrave contract. Maybe it's time to look in another direction in the general manager's office. You know, I would say Kyle's a little bit better at coaching than some of John Lynch's decisions had borne out. But this season, the season officially ended tonight. This season officially ended tonight. Fuji Simeon today, aside from bad weather, Moody is not worth a third rounder. No. And that was a terrible draft pick. You don't ever you never draft a fucking kicker. Okay. Just don't. Sign a street guy. A street guy can't really be much worse than this guy who you drafted in the third round. You know, Jake Moody could have been a cornerback. He could have been a tackle. He could have been a guard. He could have been a center. Instead, he's a kicker who can't lock in. And you are right about this. The 3 picks for Lance is killing us. It is. It is. That hurt. That hurt. That had huge ramifications on what we're looking at. So here's the deal, my friends. And with 700 people in here, I mean, one of the largest audiences we've had during these live streams, I need to say goodbye. My throat is closing. My wife is leaving for a week's worth of business trip traveling. And there's 2 kids that I can still hear running around causing havoc upstairs, which means Jillian needs my help more than you need me, because you all know what just happened. And what happened was a mess, an absolute disaster. The 49ers lose 35-10. Purdy couldn't get it going. Christian McCaffrey, who was going, got hurt. Jordan Mason, by the time they turned to him, the game was too far gone. The run defense was abysmal all night long. The scheduled loss, what do you know, turned into an emphatic loss as the Niners were a man down just about every single place that you looked. In the worst weather that they will play in, probably in the last couple of years. It was an awful lot of fun hanging out with you, though. Really. This has been an awful lot of fun. The last 3 hours have gone by quickly. The fastest 3 hours of the day. Hanging out with you here on YouTube has been great. Dr. G says, swell evening, Damon and Plus fam. Thank you very much. Anthony is saying, hey, go help your wife. I hear you. I need to do that. PCL injury reported on Christian McCaffrey. He's probably shut down now for the rest of the year. Take Monday off, Damon. Absolutely not. We will be back at it. 9 a.m. Wake up. Yours truly, Larry Krueger, co-streaming on our YouTube channels Monday morning, 9 a.m. West Coast time. And then we'll be at it again, 11 a.m. West Coast time on the Damon Bruce. It's the Damon Bruce show. I have a feeling we'll be talking about the Niners. 10 Devils, thank you. Had a blast. Hashtag Trooper. 10 Devils, it was great having you in here. Chef A could have been a contender. You'll find my comments later, Damon. I hope I do. I hope I do find them. Thank you very, very much to every single one of you for tuning in. 10 Devil says, I'll be there for Wake Up. Awesome. 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 It was great having you here. One last time, to everyone who donated a super, thank you. To everyone who hit a like button, thank you. To everyone who has decided to subscribe, thank you so very much. And please do remember, to all my sponsors, of course, thank you. And my wife who brought me water when it was needed, thank you. And to my kids who made cameos, thank you. Thanks to all of you. And please do remember, the sports don't build character. They reveal it. And like that, like the Niners, he's gone.